Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thoughts from the Movies. Live from the Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. Here's a hint. Don't eat food and then do an ad read.
Don't eat a big old bag of chips.
I'm
and then
salivating.
read an ad for a gym. Who let you have that in here, by the way?
I snuck it in through my backpack.
Nice.
At Union Fitness, they believe it's their duty and to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today and sign up for a consultation through Union. There is strength. And there is no greater union or strength than a guy who's accused of killing his wife as he cheats on his wife, but he actually didn't kill his wife. And then also two people who have nothing to do with each other teaming up to become the greatest. Did you say that?
What?
A piece of chip shot out of my mouth, flew across the studio. That's
No more
gross.
chips for Josh.
Listen, I haven't had anything to eat in hours. I've had 2 beers and done a lot of talking.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Welcome to
That's
Thoughts
the
from
kind
the
of show
Movies.
it's gonna be tonight. It's,
Yes.
all
Hey,
right.
Justin,
Yo.
I have a list for you.
Oh God.
So, part of how Thoughts from the Movie started was Justin and I had a conversation, and he questioned whether or not I had ever even seen an Adam Sandler movie. So I set out on a noble quest to watch every Adam Sandler movie, including the bad ones. And
You don't
that's
have to
where
say
I
that.
am.
You don't have to say
That's
it.
where I am, and I ranked them 1 through 5.
Nice. Wow.
So
Cruising through it.
Billy
Love that.
Madison's a 4, Happy Gilmore's a 5, Waterboy's a 5, Little
Wait,
Nicky's
This is out of 5?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Little Nicky's a 4. Anger Management, I have it written down as a 4. I feel like that was a bad call. It needs to be a 5. The Week Of is a 3. The Do-Over is a 1. Click is a 4. The Cobbler is a 4. Father of the Year is a 3. And not on here, but officially you're seeing history. Hubie Halloween, it's a 3.
Did you have the ridiculous 6 on there?
I hadn't watched that one yet.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
Longest
that's
Yard?
negative.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, so I went back and actually watched all of these. So, like, I would have to watch it and then rank it.
How did you find the time?
I don't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Fair
know what to
enough.
tell you.
Fair enough.
Oh, my fucking God. I just watched Ridiculous 6 and The Week Of last night. Derek's love for Adam Sandler is as deeply rooted as yours and mine's, Justin.
Respect.
His Netflix movies are undefeated. And Hubie is a 10 out of 5. So,
Undefeated in that they're all terrible, right? Is that what undefeated
no,
means?
Hubie Halloween's great.
He has a
Father of the
perfect
Year
track
is
record.
fine. The Cobbler was good. The Do-Over was
What
not.
about Sandy
The Week
Wexler?
Of was good. Sandy Wexler I haven't watched yet either.
Give
I
it
haven't
6.
gotten to the
There's
really
some-
bad ones
There's
yet.
some truly,
Or Jack and Jill.
truly disgusting.
Yeah, I haven't
ones.
gotten there
Yeah.
yet.
don't do Jack and Jill, please, for the love of save your brain.
Jack and Jill.
Spanglish?
Well,
I've
that's
s-
going way back. Now.
I've seen Spanglish and I've seen Punch Drunk Love. No, I haven't seen Spanglish. I've seen Punch Drunk Love. Punch Drunk Love's the one where he's like in the trailer, right?
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's fantastic.
And he wears the blue suit the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, Paul
okay.
Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
okay,
my
okay.
God! Wait a minute. The Wedding Singer.
Again, I was
Yep.
watching them.
You made
These-
time for. You made time for Hubie Halloween, but not the Wedding Singer.
So when I was
got a
watching
point.
them, my guess is most of these were on Netflix
Okay.
because
that's
I
fair.
know which ones I own on DVD, and I would assume the rest of them were on Netflix, and that's why they were watched.
You have
That's
Zohan?
fair.
Did you have Zohan on there?
Zohan's a 10 out of 5. It's
Oh,
so
Zohan is
God.
actually.
Do you remember
super
seeing
fun.
that? You and
Yeah.
I went together. We laughed so fucking hard in theaters.
Did we?
Well, it was a Sandler movie, you know, Big
Okay.
Daddy greater than all others. Says
Did you have Anger
Anastasia.
Management on there?
No,
Yeah.
Anger Management was a 4. Probably
Oh.
could be a 5.
Oh, that's a 6. I can't
What
believe it.
about, What about That's My Boy?
That's
Oh
my
my
boy.
God.
I had that
Oh,
on
boy.
here. Or no,
That's My Boy is at fucking 15.
I had the Do-Over.
15?
Yeah.
A good a positive 15?
Ever-
Negative 15.
You forget that the fat guy's in the race. Every time you watch it, you forget that there's a fat guy
I've
in
only
a race.
watched it once, so
And at
Oh,
the end,
man.
he wins the race.
I
And
don't
you're
even know
like,
if I finished it.
Hubie
Oh,
Halloween was
Christ.
fantastic. One of my favorite Sandler films says Rodog. Oh, hey, what's up, Andy?
Who's Andy?
Andy Grobe.
It's Robbie, I think.
Oh, that's Robbie?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Oh.
Yeah.
who the fuck are you people?
I had to turn off Murder Mystery. That's confirmed. She did do that.
Right, yeah.
We should expand this to Happy Madison movies as a whole. Because Strange Wilderness
Is a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
is the diamond in the rough.
Just
It's
blow
the
up this
diamond in the
Fincher
rough.
episode. It's,
Yeah.
it's a
We
Sandler
worked
episode.
so hard.
Surprise!
We put ourselves through emotional and mental turmoil watching these films,
Yeah.
and now we're just going to talk about Adam Sandler for the next 2 hours. Zach, this was your pick this week, bud.
Was.
Why?
And
And I meant that as aggressively as it sounded.
I got some issues I'm working through right now.
Yeah.
You know? And,
And you're like, let's watch some issue movies.
yeah, no, I had watched Gone Girl not too long ago, and then I saw Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is on Netflix, and it is a fine piece of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, dude. It's really good.
It's hard to watch anything with Daniel Craig in it besides Logan Lucky and not want to be Daniel Craig.
Fuck you, it's awesome. Literally, my note at 4 minutes and 30 seconds into Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. How cool is Daniel Craig? I know I'm late to the party on this, but come on.
4 minutes in.
How
That's
awesome
great.
is Daniel Craig?
Have you seen him in James Bond movies?
No, I've not seen a Daniel Craig James Bond movie.
Wow.
And so, spoiler alert, Austin turned me onto an app and then was reinforced by my wife. Letterbox.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Very cool app. I guess you've used it.
Yeah, I
How'd
know
you
what
feel
it
about
is.
it?
It's you track the movies that you've watched and that you want to watch, and
Yeah.
it's like this giant database, and it kind of helps you just keep in mind, what's out there that you still want to see and everything. And I used it for a little bit. It got to the point where I was watching so much that I didn't update it, so it was like too much work to go in and like check off what I just watched and add to it and everything. So, but I know it. Yeah, it's a popular app.
I like it a lot, and now in my watch list is every Daniel Craig James Bond movie.
Oh hell yeah,
So like,
Yeah.
hell
it was
yeah.
like I've seen enough of Daniel Craig at this point where I'm like, all right, fuck, fine, I'll watch them. Like,
Well, the
that's
nice
where I
thing
got
about
to.
those is that his first one, Casino Royale, is the best one. So you
Oh.
don't have to like watch 8 movies to get to like really get into it. Like
So
that,
it's kind
his
of like
best.
okay, so you could just watch the one,
Skyfall is amazing too, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean Casino Royale is his best.
but it's not like GoldenEye where that was Pierce Brosnan's best and probably should have been his only.
no, like his other ones are okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Okay.
He has 2 good and 2 bad. Casino Royale is the best, but
What's
I'm
the other
glad
one?
that you.
Quantum of Solace?
Yeah, that's the second one, and then Inspector's the 4th one, and they're both but Skyfall and Casino Royale very great.
No Time to Die is the 5th?
Yeah, and that's the one that's been pushed back a million times to now it's the fall of this year.
So, you may have seen a couple of memes that I've been generating. The one was I sent it to you. It's you and I doing Point Break and saying how Justin will never understand.
Never will.
And then the other one is Hunchback of Notre Dame giving it a 1 because Frollo's not a bad guy.
To some people,
Still standing by it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, so that's why we watched them, and right,
Yeah.
we wrapped up that part of this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you had never seen either of them.
No,
and,
correct.
Yeah, first time.
Austin, you had seen both of these or no?
I had seen Gone Girl. I had not seen Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. I actually just finished that probably 20 minutes ago. So
Oh
it's
wow, so you're locked and loaded.
Fresh.
Yeah.
That's sometimes the best though.
Yeah.
There's definitely been episodes where I like literally completed the movie and we started the episode and like fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, by the time that I would like sit down and like watch a movie like, a day or hours before, I would take notes and then we would get to the thing and I have such bad handwriting that I wouldn't be able to read my notes. So instead of just taking notes, I just was like, well, I'll just watch them before we go on. That'll be so much
Nice.
easier.
I'd like to read my notes.
Today?
Yeah.
You have notes?
I have 3.
Oh, awesome.
They're very short. I'd like to read them real quick.
Go for it.
We're going to start with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the notes I took. Started very early with, does Karen O do the best covers? So Karen O does this Led Zeppelin cover for the
Hang on.
the intro.
Hang on. So at 2 minutes, 2 minutes in, it says this is already cheating Zeppelin cover.
Yeah.
In my notes. So
Yeah.
same page.
Karen O does really good when she does shit for
Yeah.
movies. My second note, which I think sums up the general theme of the movie, is at one point Rooney Mara is wearing a shirt that says "Fuck you, you fucking fuck."
Okay. My conclusion to this was an hour and 20 minutes in. And it's oh, and it dawns on me at this point that everything has been exposition. Fuck you, you fucking fuck, Fincher.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does not rush things, David Fincher.
I thought he was.
No.
I literally I thought like the pace that the movie was moving and how we weren't living in scenes very long. I was like, this is going way too fast. I don't care about these characters yet. What's happening?
Mhm.
Not realizing that it was an hour and 20 minutes of exposition. And then I borrowed from the shirt, fuck you, you fucking fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
My final note.
Okay.
Orinoco Flow by Enya.
My final
That is
note
all.
is also I only kill people to Enya.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not sure that there's a better use of Enya.
No, I don't think so.
Enya's music on its own should only be paired. Sail away, sail away.
So
That's all I got. Those are the only notes I
let
took.
me let me tell you about the movie A Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. Prolific cat lover struggles to wear glasses as he attempts to solve murder mystery with former Hot Topic manager and failed tattoo artist. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
So far, so good. Yeah.
That's my review
Nice.
of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
10 stars.
He
5
cannot
stars.
keep the glasses on his fucking face.
Who, Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're constantly like, he's got him like, he's either got him like up here or like he did this a lot, which is like a move that I don't even understand how it stayed on his face.
Yeah.
It's European, bro.
I don't know, man. But I've never seen anybody make not being able to wear glasses look that cool.
There's a lot of things in this movie I've never seen before.
Well, that's
Oh, yeah.
that's
There's a lot of things in this
I would hope.
movie that I've never seen.
So yeah, where do we like? What?
Well, let's can we start with Austin's take? 'Cause
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
watched it, so
Yeah.
hot off the press.
I love that.
Buddy, what's going on in your head right now? 10 minutes after watching the movie.
So
You're throwing out every leather jacket you own.
I actually was gonna look for one to wear for tonight. I put it in the closet, surprisingly, with all that's in there. Man, it was a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be.
Real dark.
Right when, and this is during the whole exhibition scenes and everything leading up to the movie, and I'm just thinking, are these like these two are on the cover? Like, are they ever going to meet up? Or
I
is this
thought the same thing, dude.
is just going to keep going. And then I had to turn away for a second during some parts because I felt very, very uncomfortable.
Same. Same.
This is strange. And after that I know that I want a tattoo, and I don't know if I want one now. That's what I'll say.
Like I said, failed tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Oh.
say aspiring tattoo
Yeah,
artist. She was working on it.
aspiring.
Yeah.
Aspiring.
It's her
the
first
last thing
attempt.
It's like the last thing you ever want to hear when you get in a tattoo chair. It's like, this is my first time. I've never done this before. This will
Yeah.
hurt.
Hold still.
Like, wait, hold. It's like the equivalent of like walking into surgery. You're like, all right, let's get it this time. And you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Let's get it this time. What?
I can't believe that, though. That's so interesting that Austin is saying that this is too much for him to
Yeah,
handle, because
yeah.
you are the king of like horror movies and like thrillers and stuff that would be like this genre. So, I mean, that should give anyone who's like not familiar with the show at all like a sense of how crazy and brutal and, you know, visceral this movie is, if Austin
Right.
is like disturbed by it.
Justin.
Well, the equivalent of that is that when you're watching a horror suspense film, you kind of always have in the back of your head like this is purely fantasy, right? Like you're unless like you're walking into a true serial killer crime thriller. What this whole thing made me realize is, yeah, this could happen. That's the more terrifying part of it. Just labeling along with the society and everything that goes along with it. So yeah.
Jtronics, aka Justin's mortal enemy, writes in, first time I saw Dragon Tattoo, my mom sits down next to me and said, the book was really good. 2 minutes later, a rape scene. Most awkward movie experience for me ever. Yeah.
Until we went to see 50 Shades of Grey together. And then I had a new one.
You know what's real awkward? You want to know what's real awkward? When your wife's name's Anastasia and your grandfather's reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Papa, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Man. So I just have a general question for the group. Every time you see Robin Wright, do you in your brain say "as you wish," or is that just me?
No, I just think of her House of Cards now.
You know what I do is I think of her as House of Cards, and then I think of her from Forrest Gump. I'm like, oh, Claire Underwood. Wait, she was in Forrest Gump too. Like that's
Is she Jenny?
Yeah, that's what I always think of. I'm like, there's Robin Wright from House of Cards.
I've been in love with Robin
Jenny.
Wright my entire life and just didn't
I always
know
forget
it.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know that. Austin, where do you think of Robin Wright?
The more prolific role, as I couldn't tell who said it, but was in House of Cards.
Yeah.
It was such a
Yeah, but she's
That's
not really
what
in this
start-
movie too much.
that's like what started off Netflix for me was watching that show. So I guess you could argue that's how it imprinted in my brain with her.
I would also like to pose something to the group that we need to make like a song or like a banner or a graphic or something that every time there's a Skarsgård sighting in a movie needs to like play
Right.
or like we need to sing the song of the Skarsgård. They are always exactly what you fucking need from them.
The Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great.
absolutely.
All three of them.
Well, you have to be careful because one of them is Sarsgaard and one of them Skarsgård. There's two Skarsgårds and one Sarsgaard. I think they're not
so
all three the
Billy
same.
Sarsgaard, who is
Right.
not related to the other two.
Bill Skarsgård and Stellan Skarsgård, and then Peter Sarsgaard is the guy from like Flight Plan and Education and like all those movies. He's the character actor as well.
Isn't there also an Alex Skarsgård?
Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood?
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
I don't know if all three of them are related. Stellan, Bill, and Alexander. I don't know if they are. But
Well,
I know
let's
Peter
find out.
Sarsgaard is definitely a different one.
Bill?
Bill and Alexander Skarsgård are siblings.
Okay,
Which one's Bill?
Pennywise the Clown.
is Pennywise.
Okay.
And then,
Okay, and then Stellan is their dad.
and Stellan is their dad?
Nice.
Dude,
Perfect.
awesome
Love
fucking
that.
family.
Yeah,
Wait a
Full
minute,
of
how old-
murderous fucking bastards, but absolutely awesome actors.
definitely.
How old is Stellan? That Alex is that old.
He's got to be. Oh, if Alex is 44, Stellan is got to be late 60s. He's always so good though.
Late 69.
Yeah, he's been around for a very long time.
Hey.
Remember in Deep Blue Sea when he got his arm bitten off by that shark,
Oh.
and then he got dropped in the water. Oh, that makes me sad.
Like,
That makes me
every time I see, so just weirdly enough, Anastasia's been on a big movie watching spree, and TV watching spree, and like it's been kind of funny because she went from Reese Witherspoon to Reese Witherspoon, which had this what was this one Alexander Skarsgård in it, and then she that also had Nicole Kidman in it. So then she went to another Nicole Kidman show that also had like Skarsgård in it. So
Nice.
like it's been this like really weird transition of these same like people but in different stuff.
Right, right.
It's been really funny to watch just in passing.
I love Nick's comment in chat where he says, "Big David Fincher fan. I think his best work is obviously his directing of Suit and Tie with Justin Timberlake featuring Jay-Z, and that is actually as far as music videos go, that is a pretty fucking brilliant music video. It's all black and white, lit on stage, very high contrast with the spotlight and everything. It's a very beautifully done music video for sure. The official Suit and Tie.
It's no Jeremy Renner music video, but
Well,
Wow.
nothing is. Yeah.
Oh
Nothing
yeah,
is.
this is a great music video. I totally
Very
forgot.
classy. Yeah.
So Fincher is a fraud.
No.
Yes.
No.
Hang on, one moment, please.
I just think there's just nothing you could say.
No, hang on.
Okay,
I
let's hear it.
I have some comments.
Let's hear it.
You want to know how I know Fincher's a fraud? At 1 hour and 46 minutes, those lens flares were put in post.
Really?
Yes.
The lens flares?
Yes. And then, you want to know how I know Fincher's a fraud?
Oh, what?
Because in Gone Girl, the wide shot, the cat is digitally added in. You want to know how I know Fincher's a fraud?
What does that have to do with anything?
Seems like very nitpicky thing.
At 1 hour and 6 minutes, those lens flares are also fake.
Really reaching here. Really reaching.
He's a hack.
Okay. I know you have to say that.
Yeah, I do. Man. All right, so let's kind of break down Girl with the Dragon Tattoo a little bit.
Yeah.
Can we get back to Austin's point? Like, how cool of a storytelling device to have your two main characters completely separate of each other for an hour and fucking half.
What do you mean separate of each other?
They don't interact until a minute
they're
or
separate
an hour
in
and 20
story.
minutes in.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
No, he comes to see her and gives her the bagel, and he's like, "Hey,
an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
are you sure about that?"
Yeah, I took a timestamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
With John Cena? Like,
What? What?
I don't even get it, but it made me laugh.
Timestamp. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's wearing the shirt. You fucking fuck.
Yeah.
At an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. After the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when he walks in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's always interesting when you have movies that like the main villain or one of the big characters doesn't show up until really deep into it.
Yeah.
In this, yeah.
Which he does in Gone Girl, too. With Neil Patrick Harris.
Right. Yeah. And even Rosamund Pike to some extent in that movie is for the first half of the movie she's gone. Like there's some flashbacks of her, but then she doesn't come into it like until literally like the halfway point of that movie. So very similar.
Yeah.
Stylistic.
Yeah.
choice on that one, too. Yep.
So I just kind of like his storytelling, and I think he's smart because he doesn't like both of the movies we're talking about today are from books, right?
Correct. Yeah. The author of the book for Gone Girl, Gillian Flynn, wrote the movie. She wrote the screenplay.
Which was brilliant.
But Dragon Tattoo was not written by Stieg Larsson, who wrote the Swedish books, which were a massive worldwide success. This movie was written by Steven Zaillian, who is the king, like the champion of screenwriting.
Okay.
So yeah, both heavily successful writers adapted both of these.
What else has he done off the top of your head?
Steve Zaillian?
Yeah.
Oh, he did Moneyball. He did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, just go through his credits here, because he's done all of the bigger movies of the past, 10 or 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
The Irishman, Schindler's List.
I mean, keep going.
Girl with the
Hannibal,
Dragon Tattoo,
Gangs of New York,
Moneyball,
yeah.
Gangs of New York. Wow.
So
Hannibal.
Mission Impossible. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the big guys.
American Gangster.
I mean,
Wow.
Hannibal is so good.
Very
it
cool.
But yeah, so top-notch writers for both of them, and it shows because they're both very faithful to that material too. Their source material, the books. They don't change a lot, and they capture a lot of the same tone. And we talked about this on the Book to Movie show.
Yeah.
About what makes a successful adaptation.
Yeah.
At least in our eyes. And it was being faithful to the material and
Yep.
capturing sort of the essence of it, which both of these, I think, really did.
Well, and I think another thing that we brought up on that show, and I wrote it down, at 7 minutes and 9 seconds, we meet Elizabeth for the first time. And I said, for fans of the book, was Elizabeth's introduction like, holy shit, there she is? Because it felt like it, and I'm not familiar with the book. And that was something we talked about, was you got to nail it. Like, when you saw Harry Potter for the first time, you're like, yep, perfect, right? And there's a lot of movies where they try to get wild with it, like having, what's his name is Roland in Dark Tower. Idris Elba. Like, totally just alienating any type of actual predetermined things about the characters. Like, I don't think that's ever a good way to go with it when we're talking book to movie, and I feel like I don't know, and I reached out to some people that did read the book, and they were like, oh yeah, they nailed the characters. Like, perfect. And that was And that's how I felt when I saw Lisbeth for the first time.
And especially because Rooney Mara in her other movies, like this is so
Yeah,
polar
she's
opposite.
so like they had to really go an extra mile to make her look that way.
Yeah, I mean she's very, like cute but very sort of
Yeah.
shy and mousy, like average build, like this is just going so far into the character,
Yeah.
like fully commitment,
Yeah.
and she was nominated for Best Actress for
Uh-huh.
the role. Very well deserved though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you guys become attached to Lisbeth?
Go for it, Austin.
Probably when she took her revenge, I would say.
On the guy?
Yeah, because it seemed like throughout the film that she had technique and she had poise, but nothing came about it until she finally realized that I'm not getting what I want, so I'm just going to take it. And that's when I was like, okay, not going to mess with this chick. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay. Zach?
When she walks in on her, like, is it her ward, technically?
Yeah.
When she walks in and he's, like, on the floor.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the hospital and shit, because, like,
Okay.
it just becomes super apparent that, like, that was the only person, like,
She cared
that she, like, could relate to or cared about.
Justin?
I would say it has to be the scene where she's forced to give her landlord or whoever, like the guy who's in charge of her money,
Yeah.
like a blowjob to get some money, right? Like it's a very disturbingly filmed scene,
Right.
in the way that Fincher shot it, so that it's, it shows a lot without showing too much,
Right.
but it also is sort of like it captures the grotesqueness of
Right.
that scene, and that's only like the precursor to the
What
next
gets
rape
worse,
scene.
right.
Yeah. And but I do really love the turnaround where she comes in she's got like all the black makeup on, and she like really
Yeah.
fucks that guy up.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
I loved that scene, but definitely like that first interaction with them was like it gave you a sense of how kind of helpless she was about her own life and everything. Like you get the sense that she's badass, like she's a hacker and she's
Yeah.
got photographic memory and all these
Yeah.
things from the book that makes her seem very smart and capable and all this, but she's still limited in what she can do and is forced to do something like this to get some money.
So the rape scenes in particular I thought were really difficult for me because I did not become attached to the character until she teamed up with Daniel Craig.
Oh, wow.
That's how late in the movie, and I don't blame anybody for that. I think it's because, like Austin alluded to, I just turned away from the rape scenes. Like I couldn't handle it because I didn't feel attached enough to the character at the point that when she was being raped that I was like, what the fuck? That's my girl. I was like, this is just senseless violence that I'm being forced to watch.
Yeah, but it's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't watch it. Like
Yeah.
I literally was like fast forward. I didn't fast forward, but you know what I mean. I was like, oh my god, I'm like gonna look away for a minute. Like I can't do this. So like yeah, I felt like that was like I know it's important, and I guess in the book it's a lot worse, from what I understand. But like that to me felt too aggressive. But then I watched Gone Girl, and I'm like, well, fuck. What was I bitching about? You know what I mean? Yeah, so, like, I think that was probably, like, my biggest, like, problem with the movie, I think, was, like, I felt like I needed more exposition with her and some more, like, moments like her with her ward or, like, her, like, going to a grocery store and not being able to feed herself or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I needed those kind of moments more than I needed, like, her being physically abused by a man. Because then, when she has sex with Daniel Craig, very weird. Like, I don't understand why those two characters have to have a romantic relationship.
Well, I mean, you figure that one didn't want it to begin with, right? One being.
Oh, yeah, he definitely didn't want it.
But, sometimes the scarring of those events just plague the mind of the individual that I need this now. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
So you're saying because he had been shot at and he actually felt his life threatened for the first time, probably in his life, he just gave into it, and then he kind of like just went with it for like a month or two, or I guess maybe like a week, really, in the time frame
Not
of
what
it.
I was going for, but that does make a little bit of sense. Sometimes when you get into like scenes with, rape and over time and everything, the mind sort of develops that you still need to fill that sexual void. I guess like your sex is completely corrupted, I guess, at that point, that you
Okay.
still need to fill that need. Because literally she just goes like, yeah, go in there. And then without even, I was just like, what are you doing? Like, you just
Yeah.
got, like, that's what I'm kind of going for with that. If that makes sense.
Like, I don't want to say that she raped him, but also like it was definitely like she forced it.
I don't know if force is the right word, but there's not a romantic component to it, I don't think. Not at first. I mean, it ends up going that way for her
Yeah.
because she's had such a broken life and to it, kind
Yeah.
of find herself attached to someone, like when she buys him the coat at the end, that's obviously
Right.
a romantic gesture, but at first I don't think it's that way. I mean, these two people after he gets shot at, right? That's sort of a life and death moment. And that's not uncommon to hear of when you have those sort of life affirming moments, like people get this urge afterwards, right? That really life affirming act, whatever it is, whether it's danger or excitement or something that's just very powerful like that, it kind of creates that urge in people. And I think that she was kind of using it to calm him down a little bit, maybe after such an incident.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
like they're obviously a little bit attracted to each other and kind of stuck, for some time together in close
Right.
quarters
Right.
with everything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't start as being romantic, though.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
very clear.
You feel the same?
So, for me, it's like we know she's like a super loner.
Yeah.
She doesn't do well with people.
Right.
This fucking fat piece of shit rapes her,
Right.
and then she links up with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's skip forward to the end of the movie.
Okay.
She buys him this jacket,
Yeah.
and it hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
When he's
that
with Robin
kills
Wright.
me at the end. Yeah.
That moment doesn't hurt like that if they don't have sex.
True.
Because we've seen that she's like super alone, doesn't do good with people, she gets fucking raped. The fact that she's willing to have sex with Daniel Craig in that moment is like, it's more than just them having sex.
Yeah.
She's completely just like,
Do we need that moment? Like, I guess, do we need
Yeah.
a romantic relationship between those two characters at all? Is what I'm asking. Austin?
Yes and no. You add a dynamic to it when it is romantic, but if you take the romantic scene out, then you have to redo that whole end scene because then it wouldn't make any sense.
And like Zach said this before we went on air. He's like, I did not expect that movie to end that way. And I guess I did. I definitely didn't either. But I don't know that I enjoyed the ending that much.
It left little to be desired. I felt more heartbroken at the end
Yeah.
of her, but then you realize that there's more, which I haven't seen any of the sequels or
No,
anything.
me either.
Right, and that's their relationship is a part of the sequels for the books at least. with
Oh,
Mikhail.
okay.
Yeah, so it's he's involved in those a little bit too, so it's sort of setting up for all that.
Yeah, it's kind of like you get your like the coolest fucking team up you've ever seen, right? It's like Avengers in one movie. And then like it ends so sourly, and I'm just like, man, I don't know that I needed that. I could have just had like a cool team up movie.
but that's
No,
not what it is.
That's
though.
not what
I
it is,
know.
But here's the thing. So if they don't have sex, the movie ends after the basement scene.
Yeah.
And you're like, this was this movie. But they have sex, and then the last 30, 40 minutes of the movie, which you're not expecting there to be.
Yeah, I kept waiting for the movie to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes it a different movie. And I think it makes it a more interesting story. Because you're prepared for it to be a certain kind of movie.
Yeah.
And then this rape happens and all this other fucked up shit happens.
Right, and it turns
And
into
you're
this,
like, oh my god,
weird...
like I'm finally out of the woods.
Yeah.
Like she saved him. And it's like, well, sometimes like
life doesn't
the
work
worst
out.
things aren't the physical things.
Ooh.
Because the movie's about a murder, but the main person you're concerned about their murder is like maybe the only person in the family that doesn't get murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, plus it adds that extra dimension to it, with
Yeah.
that aspect. Because if you don't have that, then you just have these two people stuck in a very tense, very suspenseful situation for all this time and not acting on it. And then it adds, like Zach was saying, that scene where Daniel Craig gets captured at the end, it adds that extra element to it where she's not only trying to save some random guy, like she's trying to save someone that she actually cares about and likes. So it just adds a little bit more dimension to the movie.
Let's get crazy real quick.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Go for it.
So, Rooney Mara,
Yeah.
like I've said, awkward. She gets raped by this dude. She goes to the club.
Yeah.
She comes home with a chick, right?
Yeah.
So we have this moment later in the movie where Daniel Craig is in Skarsgård's basement,
Yeah.
and he's looking at him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I've never had a man down here.
Right. Wild, awesome scene,
So
awesome line.
So
too.
think about that. Think about that moment. He's like, I don't know what to do. I've never had a man down here. In the same regard, maybe Mara Rooney, we're watching her relationship with Daniel Craig, and it's like craziness because we've seen her go home with a woman. We've seen her be raped. It's possible she just doesn't know what to do with a man either. So she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, because
he's
she's
being
way more
nice.
affectionate with the woman in that one scene. You're absolutely right. I think you're on
So
something.
she's just like, I guess we have sex now. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. He's protecting me. Like, he cares for me in this regard. Like,
right.
I don't know what to do with a man. I guess we have sex. And
Fuck, that's some deep shit.
then, yeah, we're going places tonight, guys.
We really are, because these are brilliant pieces of filmmaking.
And then there's Tyler Perry.
Oh, jeez.
You want to talk about like we always talk about, Will Ferrell in the fucking Everything Must Go, or Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love, or Jim Carrey in Eternal Shot in Spotless Mind. Tyler Perry deserves a fucking shout out for Gone Girl, because that was electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not quite done with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo yet, because So I've had this moleskin since we started Thoughts from the Movies. Literally, the first page of the moleskin says Mystic River. And we're almost done with it, which is also like a really cool moment. Anyway, I have a note that says, "Bad guys can't use Apple products, and Skarsgårds are always bad guys." So just keep that in mind. If you see one in a movie or a film, he's gonna do something bad. How awesome were the tension that was created in the mundane in A Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? Two scenes in particular. One, when he's pointing out the houses. And the way it works, and if you go back and rewatch that scene, as he's pointing, the camera starts to whip, but then it cuts to a static shot. That's what creates that tension. In is like, it's all over the shoulder, and you're not really quite sure where that is in the direction from the actual house, right? And you're trying to like get the landscape just like Daniel Craig is, in that like quick whip and point creates this weird tension in a scene that there's really, he's just pointing out houses, you know what I mean? It's like this really weird, bizarre, like you get this kind of twisting feeling in your stomach. And then at the end, when Rooney Mara is just like sifting through files, and Daniel Craig is like back at the cabin flipping through pictures, and like it's a mundane task, but what they're both coming to is conclusions that are gonna point them back to the same fucking person. But like that kind of stuff you can't do in script. You can't rely on actors to sell. That is directing to like that. You want to know what makes a great director is being able to do shit like that.
Yeah, the scene where she's in the library by herself at night is probably like the scene of the movie where I was the most nervous, because I was by that point expecting something to happen, and there's all these like little sound cues and like little looks that she's like looking to see if someone's there or whatever, and she's obviously all alone late at night and everything, and you just like it's like someone's gonna fucking show up there.
And when she goes down and the guard's gone,
right.
I'm like, where's the guard?
Yep.
Or like, he like takes the note, and it's real quick. You'll miss it if you're not paying attention. After she gets the food out of the vending machine, he writes something down, and you're like, what was that? Shit, he knows or she know. Like I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
And nothing ends up happening,
Nothing.
which is the pure genius of
Oh,
it.
it's
You know,
so
because
good.
it would be easy to play that off with like someone jumps out of the
Yeah.
bookshelves or whatever.
Yeah.
But to create such a big, such a large amount of tension, and then just to like have her go off with it, you're just like,
Yeah.
like yeah, you
Yeah,
really
but then,
expect it.
but by the time she leaves, Daniel Craig's been kidnapped, or he's at least in the house with Martin. And so you're like just when you thought you were getting some reprieve from the tension of the fucking, simplicity of them going through files is now like, oh my God, he's in the house. Oh my God, he's in the house. Oh shit, Martin's home. Martin's home.
Right.
Or he got away. Fuck, no, he didn't. Fuck, Martin knows he has the knife. Fuck, this is going way wrong. And then you're just like cheering for her to get there, and she gets there, and do I have your permission to kill him? It was all like rah rah, awesome fucking like Avengers ending to the fucking movie, and then we see like half an hour of her doing like all these amazing things for him. And like, do you think she gave him the money or was going to?
She did.
He never looks at how much the check is for.
Right. But we assume that she gives him the money.
That's like figuring out that Chang controls time. That's where I just went like, wow.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one of the more underrated, fucked up parts about this movie?
Of course.
The cat.
Oh, I have. I said so. Zach picked a movie that I should hate: rape, gore, and a dead animal.
Not only dead, but
Do you
mutilated.
realize like what's going on when the cat's dead?
No, I looked away. I'm not looking at a dead animal.
Its legs and shit are broken into the shape of like a swastika.
Yeah, like they're like sawed through the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Like he
hanging.
leaves a swastika on his front door in the form of a dead cat. Yeah.
Give him a little bit to breathe after that.
That's like the chef's kiss of depravity
Yeah.
on this movie.
That's literally what that is.
Yeah.
That is literally what that is.
I do want to give a shout out to
Yeah.
the cinematographer of this movie, Jeff Cronenweth, who actually did both of these movies, and he's David Fincher's frequent collaborator. Because
Okay.
to your point before about how so many scenes in this movie are the mundane, but they feel so tense, I think so much of that comes back to the general sense of how this movie's shot, with the color scheme of being sort of very flat and very
I want to
contrasty
talk
and
about
very
colors.
gloomy.
I want to talk about colors.
But it's also like it's very dark, and it all creates to the atmosphere of like adding tension to scenes that are just normal things happening, and you're not really sure like who you can trust or if the scene is playing out the way you think it's going to play out. Like the scene with Martin in the house is a great example, because you're like, does Martin know or does he not know?
Yeah.
Like I think he might, but I'm not sure if he does.
Yeah.
Like I think the lighting of that scene is so brilliant in creating that sort of moodiness to
Right.
it. And the same with the houses, because like all the houses are isolated. They're like in these dark parts of the woods, and
Yeah.
it's like it's got a very creepy look to it. You're
Yeah.
like, that's my son's house over there, and that's this person's house.
Yeah.
But there's like a very isolated feel where it's like these people definitely are not friends, and there's something going on here.
So, 5 minutes and 16 seconds in, we go from the blue and the blacks of the cold world judging Daniel Craig into a mix of yellows and greens that makes my stomach turn as an entire room comes to a halt. Fincher's use of color might be the best in the game right now. And I think that's the kind of thing, and I don't know, did you notice that, Austin, Zach? The color, does the color of the movie and the scenes register with you guys at all, or no? And it's okay if it doesn't.
I felt like, I mean, it wasn't a big thing for me, but I definitely felt like between characters, you got a different color tone.
Oh, yeah. Her color palette was black, whites, and grays. His was very robust and vibrant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Next.
No, the color didn't register with you guys at all. And I think
Not really, no.
But I think that is what this show is attempting to do, is to take what Justin and I recognize from years of study and help you guys see it. Because, not you guys, but
No,
you know what I mean? But then also getting stuff from you guys that we're too busy staring at the pretty colors to recognize other things, right? this movie in particular does so many amazing little film, and I don't even want to call them tricks, but that's essentially what it is, right? It's the illusion, right? Because that's what film is creating an illusion. And this film does that better than Gone Girl. This film is a better piece of filmmaking than Gone Girl, in my opinion. How does everybody feel about that statement?
I think I agree with that. Only because with Gone Girl, I think it's, there's a lot of similar traits to it. The story is similar in a lot of ways. The tone is similar in a lot of ways. With the structure and some things, the way it looks and feels are very similar. But I think with Gone Girl, a lot of what's happening, I think, more so than with Dragon Tattoo, which I like more and I think draws you in more so to Dragon Tattoo, because the first half of Gone Girl, you're like, yeah, did Nick kill his wife or did he not? Like, you think, man, probably not, but maybe he did. But then, like halfway through the movie, you're like, oh, there's Amy. She's still alive and well and like doing her own thing. And then you get her perspective. So you know that they're both out there and like alive and everything. So there's not a ton of suspense in Gone Girl, I don't think. Maybe at the end with Desi a little bit. But I think from a filmmaking standpoint, Dragon Tattoo is more enticing, I guess, and more attractive to me at least. But what do you guys think?
Austin?
I would have to agree. I think when you find out in Gone Girl that, she's not actually dead and she's just, she's terrifying to say the least. I'll say it.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on. I don't think anybody is like, man, Amy Dunn's a good person.
Just coming from a suspense standpoint, I believe that there's still a mystery to be held. That in both mysteries come to light in these two films, but the mystery is solved essentially halfway through Gone Girl, whereas the mystery is still alive and well of, is the girl actually dead? Is she out there somewhere? Who killed her? Like, there's many plot points that go along in sort of like a stylistic point that are still there in Gone Girl, or in Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. So I would say it's better, yes.
Okay. Zach?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it might be a more narrow margin for me, though, because while I like the ending of Dragon Tattoo, after the basement scene, I'm not really expecting anything else.
Yeah.
Like, shit's happening, but I don't know what to expect. Where in Gone Girl, once we find out Amy's alive still, I'm just like, fucking tell me how.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
And I mean,
same.
She's the villain all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Where like it's just like depressing at the end of like Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go back and clarify. I think that as a director, a cinematographer, a piece, an editing, that kind of, the lighting, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo is a better film. Gone Girl has better acting and a better script, a better story. There are things that are done in Gone Girl where they're callbacks to things that happened earlier that like are fucking insane. Like absolutely wild. Like when he's in the interview, and we'll get to that. But like when he's in the interview and he does this on his lips, he's telling her I love you.
Yeah.
But like, no, he's telling her I'm not lying. He's telling her no bullshit.
Oh yeah, thank you, no bullshit. Yeah, like.
Right, and I think that when we first started talking about these movies, that was one of the things that Zach and I had mentioned, was that Gone Girl is more complex.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
In the nature of its characters, and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, while more suspenseful, is a little bit more straightforward and traditional. In its storytelling.
Yeah.
But are we at Gone Girl yet? Because I have questions. But if we're still on Dragon Tattoo.
Well, here's what I want to do. I want to give us, because we've been going for an hour, so I want to give everybody a commercial break, chance to get a beer, chance to go to the bathroom, and then we're going to do Gone Girl. So we will be right back after this commercial.
If you had one jersey to pick from across all of sports, what do you think it would be?
Reebok era. maroon Atlanta Thrashers alternative jerseys. I mean, can we talk about A+ potential? They look like soccer jerseys, but they're hockey jerseys.
I think we're gonna have to pass. So, what's your favorite college football jersey out there?
Oh, it's Coastal Carolina, Chanticleers, right?
Dude, are you serious? Dude, that's that's my team.
The jersey
Hey, no,
sucks. Oh no, dude, that jersey's trash. I don't even like college football. They're so stupid.
What the hell is this? So as far as NFL jerseys or just football jerseys in general, I guess what's your peak jersey? What does it look like? Which one is your favorite?
Well, you gotta go with the Buffalo Bills home.
No, I'm gonna stop you there. I think we're gonna move on. We don't need any homers on the show, so I appreciate you calling in, man.
And I would say, Smalls, I have an incredible passion for Arena League football jerseys.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that was a great league. I mean, do you venture outside of that at all?
The best one, I'd say I have a lot of Penguins jerseys.
Did you say you said jerseys?
Yeah, you've never heard of a jersey?
No, I know what it is, but you would say that's your favorite?
Yeah, because they're short sleeves, so you can move around a lot better.
You mean that ironically, of course, right? You mean that ironically, right?
All right, who do we have next? Benny Buckets.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Oh.
Welcome back to Thoughts from the Movies. Jason, in the comments, you put both films are following a novel, so the timeline of when the reveal things has already been decided. I'm not 100% sure what that comment is referring to, so if you could follow up on that in the chat, that would be awesome. So Gone Girl. Justin, what were your questions?
So Gone Girl. First of all, Gone Girl definitely almost quite as good as Dragon Tattoo. Great follow-up for David Fincher.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of pressure to deliver on this one because it was a massively successful book, and he delivered, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like it a lot. I do want to talk about the music in a minute
Yeah.
for both of these, but the
Yeah.
first thing I want to ask you guys about Gone Girl is about Amy Dunn. So the whole point of the movie is on the 5th anniversary of Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike's characters, Nick and Amy, she disappears, and as they're searching for her over the first couple days, Nick's behavior is a little bit awkward and weird, and it almost seems like maybe this guy actually killed her.
Yeah.
And so the story is trying to figure that out while finding her, if she's still alive. And then we find out she is alive, and then she comes back in a really unique way. So my question is this, because I don't know if I quite understand Amy Dunn's character in that, when does she initially turn on Ben Affleck and like become a nut job? Because it's portrayed like the way they meet at the party, they have the meet cute, they're dating and everything, and they get married, and they go through their sort of normal marital problems, you know, like they have the loss of jobs and everything. And
I love
know.
the Kelly Kapoor reference of the meet cute. Sorry. That's called a meet cute.
There you go. But I don't know at what point that she became a total psychopath. Like, what changed her perception to like start doing all this shit? Like, I don't know when that moment occurred or what sort of prompted her to do that. Does anyone have any clarity on that?
I think I have an idea too. Go
when
ahead.
she shows up at the bar and he's there with Emily Ratajkowski.
I think that's the final snap. I think that's a great point. Austin?
A big thing was when his mom died, and then he didn't really like. I'm trying to word this right.
No, go ahead. Work through it.
It seemed like when his mom died that she that he only gave her attention when it was towards sex, right?
Yeah.
Like, did anyone else follow that? And then I think maybe she felt like she was essentially like a toy being used.
Right.
And then the final snap, as you said, was the bar scene, and
Right.
she was like, "I'm not going to be anybody's bitch."
Right.
So.
Jtronic says he was talking about the wife. We found out that the wife is halfway. It lessened the tension. I don't think it did in a lot of ways, and we'll get into that.
I do. I agree with that. But, yeah.
Gone Girl film was actually pretty accurate to the book, says Jason as well. Austin's wrong. Thanks, Bo. Austin, you know what?
I guess I could
Like-
buy that. I didn't think of it at the time because she's just like explaining her shitty marriage.
I think it starts when, in the line stuck out to me so vividly. She said, we packed up all of our stuff, and I felt like something he accidentally packed.
Yeah.
And then when he came home, he was like a completely different person. And I think that is reflected in something in the movie, and I'm really proud that I found this. This is my Tootsie Red moment. Are you ready?
Love it. Hit us.
The entire time through the movie, Ben Affleck's wearing this blue dress shirt in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing it when she finds out that they both lost their jobs in the apartment. Okay? That blue shirt is the like symbolism of him trying to be who she wants him to be. And if you notice through the movie, once he kind of like gets away from, like, he's like, she's not coming back, he starts to dress like himself. He's got a flannel and like a band t-shirt. He puts on a Mets hat. Like, he starts to really dress down to like that Missouri, like, just country boy look, right? And it's not till he's trying to bring her back that he puts on a dress shirt again. So I think, like, it was that transition to them being at, when they came home, that she's like, whoa, who the fuck is this guy? And then as it continued, and then she's like, okay, well, now he only wants me for sex, and like, I want to have a baby, but he doesn't want to do that. And like, where is he going all the time? And then she finds out that he's fucking this like little twink, and that's what sends her over the fucking edge.
So the whole thing starts when they leave New York to go care for his mother in Missouri. That's when they start to drift further and further apart.
Right.
And then when she sees him outside of the bar with the college student that he's sleeping with, that's the moment where she decides, I'm going to frame him for my murder, and he's going to go to prison and or be murdered.
Because she's totally lost control of him. And we know that she attempts to control people from the other two dudes. We know she's a psycho her entire life because she's constantly living with this like fictionized version of herself that does all the things that she wasn't allowed to do or couldn't do, right? She got cut from the volleyball team. Amazing Amy made varsity. Like,
right.
Amazing Amy got the dog. Amazing Amy got married. Like, all these things, right, that she wasn't doing or couldn't do, right? So she's coping with that by controlling her significant others, right? Like, she sets up the other guy because he's trying to get away from her, right? He's like trying to separate from her, the guy she frames for rape. Okay, she's like trying to push herself away from her. She's kept Desi on this string the entire time because it's a plaything for her. It's something she can control. And the reason why she decides to start framing Nick is because he has started to pull away from her. But this time, she can't just go back into her cocoon because she's out of money and she's not New York. She can't hide under her parents' thumb anymore. Now she's stuck in Missouri, and she blames him for doing all of this to her.
And why does she want to kill herself? And why does she decide not to? I think there was a line about, like,
so
why kill myself and let him win or something like that.
The killing herself was to finish the story. But that's where she starts to freelance because she loves what's happening. She's finally getting the attention, not Amazing Amy. She's getting the limelight. She's the headlight. And she's like, I got to see how this plays out. It's me. It's awesome. And then that's where she starts to freelance all the way to bringing herself back into the story so that she can be America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Love that.
Dude, she's sick. You said off air, you're like, she might be the most evil villain in movie history.
Oh, hell yeah.
She's up there.
She's a big old bitch.
She's crazy. So,
Can I throw something out there real
yeah,
quick?
yeah.
'Cause you mentioned Ben Affleck's Mets hat, and I had to Google this to make sure I wasn't making the story up.
Okay.
They had to shut down production for 4 days.
Because he wouldn't put it
Fincher
on.
and Affleck
Yeah.
got in a fight because he wanted him to wear a Yankees hat.
Right. Over baseball.
You love to see it.
I do.
You love to see it.
At Thoughts from the Bench, we do love to see that kind of dedication to the Mets and the Yankees. Affleck, a Red Sox fan, obviously.
Right.
But Rosamund Pike. Justin, why isn't she in more stuff? I thought she was awesome.
That's a really good question. And she hadn't been in too many things before this. She was in the Bond movie Die Another Day with Pierce Brosnan. And she was this was sort of her coming out to Hollywood movie, or Hollywood moment, excuse me. And she has been around since then, but she's been in lower budget, more indie stuff. She was in a movie about Marie Curie that just shot last year. She was in a movie called A United Kingdom, which takes place, I believe, in Africa in like the 1800s or 1980s, like something with 8 in it. But yeah, she's done a lot of smaller movies since then, and David Fincher was very high on her when he cast her. I mean, he thought she was extraordinary.
Yeah,
and
I
was
thought she was
surprised that she hadn't
amazing.
been in more.
Yeah.
And she really hasn't taken off since, and it's just sort of a weird. I don't know if she's just too. She's in such a weird box. Like, she's so talented, but she's also got this very sort of elegant beauty to her that maybe it's hard for her to play like more.
This was the
toned-down,
perfect
normal
character
characters.
for her.
Yeah. It's a true mystery because Rosamund Pike is phenomenally talented.
So,
She was in Doom.
She was in Johnny English Reborn.
Oh, great. Fucking Rosamund
She was in
Pike.
Hostiles not too long ago, though.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. The Rosamund Pike thing. The author picked her. So the author was allowed to sit in on all the casting, and when Rosamund Pike came in to read, the author's like, "That's Amy," which I thought was awesome. Like that kind of stuff happens always gets me cool. I just want to point out some other badass Fincher just being fucking good at making movies. At the 19-minute mark, is when Ben Affleck's dad's in the police station, and he snaps. And it's real subtle, and you probably don't realize it till it's already over. But Ben Affleck's this, like, ho-hum, like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, what's going on? Like, when he smells his hand after he gets swabbed for DNA, like, every fucking one of us does that. Every one of us does that, right? Like, it's like, oh, it smells weird, right? Like, oh, what do they do? Like, that's such a dude moment. Then he sees his dad there. His dad obviously brings up a lot of bad emotions we find out later. But he sees his dad, and when he flips the side of the desk, he becomes aggressive. Did you guys notice that? He crosses through the doorway. He's no longer ho-hum, poor husband. He's now protecting his dad. He's completely flipped sides of the desk. He becomes aggressive. And you see the Detective Boney lean through the doorway to watch him.
Yeah.
And the scene ends when he slams the thing shut. Fucking brilliant. Like, that small detail, again, is like, it would have been really easy just to shoot that scene where, like, it didn't have to happen congruently. It didn't have to happen down a hallway. It didn't, like, the way they framed it, the way they played it out, that's all Fincher. That's all fucking brilliant. And then at 1923, he's driving his dad home. Did anybody pick up what the song was in the car?
Yeah, it was Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, Don't
Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
And I put 1923, Don't Fear the Reaper. Fincher, you cheeky bitch. I mean,
Yeah. That's the whole point of the movie, is that there's these very subtle moments that are designed to just put that little piece of doubt in your brain, like, maybe Nick really did kill her. Like, you see that look in his eye when he's protecting his dad, or kind of yelling at his dad almost, or yelling at the cop. he's like, I was just right in that room. Like, why didn't you come get me? And you see that aggression and like the smile when he's taking the pictures. Like, I think to me, like it was a little bit obvious, like they were just trying to do that. But to a lot of people, I'm sure that's like, I mean, yeah, maybe he really is. That's the whole point of the movie. It's designed to just put these little bits and pieces in there, just enough to make you doubt that he's sincere.
Austin, did you associate with Ben Affleck?
Man, it's hard too, and because like when I'm first watching this, he is probably the most clueless husband I think I've ever seen.
What's Bree's blood type?
Fuck if I know. That's not the point. We're not husband and wife, so that's not the point.
That's the point.
Oh, yeah.
But just some of the mannerisms that he puts off and the questions and the smiling for the camera. Like, naturally you want to smile for the camera, but like, do you really in this scene? Like, it's just like you're asking to be fucked in this scenario.
I think that's why it's so good and like
Yeah,
so
it-
like
it
scary
is.
because just, being polite and smiling for a photo could fucking ruin your life. Like,
Yeah.
it all seems so plausible.
So I have written down at the 28-minute mark, I know Affleck. I am Affleck. Like, if Anastasia went missing tomorrow, like, there would be a lot of shit that Affleck did in this movie that, like, I would do. Like, I would be nice to the volunteers. I would be like, let's just hope she comes. Like, I don't know how to react in that segment. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever fucking had to deal with anything like that. Nobody has a playbook on how to be normal or not suspicious. Like, at that point, you're just trying to live your fucking life. And then you find out that he wanted a divorce anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, part of him is, like, upset, but then another part of him is like, well, that was good luck. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a really weird dynamic. And then at the 47-minute mark, I go, so then this is absolutely fucked up. Fincher gives us an everyman who I identify with, and it turns out he's a monster because that's when he shoves her. That's the first time we see him get physical with her, which we then find out is a total fake. It's a facade. He
Yeah.
never touched her. That is wild. And you also have to wonder, like, yeah, you would imagine that he probably became complacent in the relationship, but was it as bad as she made it out to be?
Well, not in her journals. I mean, those were, like she said in her voiceover, some of it started real.
Right.
And then it just spiraled into fantasy.
Right. And that's like when he's reading the journal back when Detective Bonnie is reading the journal back to him, and he's like remembering those moments. Like, oh yeah, that happened, and then like when the bad shit happens, he's like, no, and you're like, fuck. Like, I felt trapped with Affleck the entire movie. I never once thought he killed her. I was like, oh, maybe he did push her. Ah, shit, he was cheating on her, but I never thought he killed her.
His character is really interesting in that despite him being out of control, he's so even keel and chill that it's like I don't know how to say this. Like, in that scene, right, where the detective's reading all the things that she said in the book, like in other scenes where it seems like the fingers are being pointed at him, he never really gets too upset.
No.
Except for the scene when he finds out she's pregnant.
Yeah.
But not in anything that she's done. Like, he's always just like, I don't know anything about this. I didn't do it. Like, there's never this big, like, him trying to convince people that he didn't do it. And I think that lends to the character and lends to the story a little bit. But it also didn't make me, like, really feel for the guy because he was just so kind of like, I don't know what to tell you about this. Like, yeah, it's just, I never did this.
Don't you realize the brilliance of when he does get physical with her at the end is that she's created exactly the thing that she wrote about, that she fictionalized.
Right.
Is an abusive husband who hates her instead of a complacent husband who feels nothing.
Yeah, and that's the genius. That's the complexity of those two characters, I think.
So good.
Yeah, because they start out like, we're not going to be that couple.
Right.
And then it ends up,
Right.
they want to be that couple.
At 11:28, I said there's not enough, or an hour and 28 minutes. I would assume that's what that means. Yeah. It says there's not enough. It's so at the hour mark, I say, and this is when we find out that she's not dead. I said it's 11:28 in the morning, and there are not enough booze in my house to get me through the rest of this movie.
Why was she gaining all that weight? Anyone know
Make
why?
her
Was that just
seem
like, I'm
pregnant.
about to die, I'm going to eat what I want? Or what was that all about?
Yeah, I think she was just tired of being like the prim and proper
Yeah.
housewife, so she was like, I'm gonna load up on Mountain Dew and chips.
Yeah, I think
felt like
that's
she was
it.
doing it for a reason. I don't know. Like, she was so...
Well, she didn't
Everything that she did was so calculated.
Yeah.
didn't feel trapped in her own regime of a life she claimed that Ben Affleck wanted her to look a certain way and to do certain things, and that's why she goes on and says, I think, like, she wants, like, I don't want to be the woman who's watching football with my husband and stuff, and she finally gets to, like, live free and do what she wants, and if that's Mountain Dew and chips, that's Mountain Dew and chips, man.
I do have a very serious question that I want to ask you guys about the movie. Do you think there's anything sexier than Octopus and Scrabble?
What?
So it's a throwaway line from Neil Patrick Harris. When she's like, run away with me to Paris, he goes, we'll eat octopus and play Scrabble.
Oh.
It's just
Yeah.
like, I had to pause it and rewind it. I'm like, what did he just fucking say? So my review for Gone Girl, it raises the question, is there anything sexier than Scrabble and octopus?
Did
Maybe
anyone,
not.
Did anyone
Maybe
else just
not.
feel like Neil Patrick Harris was so out of place and, like, distracting?
Yeah.
Because he's like...
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
Because
was
it's
like-
Neil
I
Patrick
was like,
Harris?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't buy this. Like, I didn't watch How I Met Your Mother, so, like, and I know that Neil Patrick Harris is a very open homosexual. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't see him as a womanizer at all. So, like, the fact that he would, like, playing this role, I'm just like, I didn't buy it
He's
for
not.
a second.
He's not, though. He's not a womanizer.
No, but he's still, like, as a man who's, like, very obsessed with this one woman.
He's just obsessed. He's not a
Yeah.
womanizer.
Like, they're sexy, and I was like, oh, this is weird.
It's a cautionary tale for the LGBTQ community
Is
that if you stray from the path, you'll get a box cutter.
that what it is?
I think so. I
Um,
think so. It's coded language.
it is coded language. Yeah, but I think the difference, and we can kind of get into that now. I think the difference in these movies is not like I do truly think that the difference is that one of them is a absolutely brilliant story in Gone Girl that is told by an expert director, and I think the other one is like Fincher in his sandbox just fucking building castles in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I agree.
Yeah, it's an interesting imaginary thing I'm trying to view in my head right now.
What I like more in a certain regard about Gone Girl, though, is that Dragon Tattoo has a tone throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Except for moments of, like, brutality. It's very even keel, Gone Girl, the story, at least in the variety of characters, like Neil Patrick Harris isn't a womanizer,
Yeah.
but he's like still somehow over the top.
He's a creep, for
Yeah.
sure.
His fucking Ben Affleck's sister is a great character.
Margot's
Carrie Coon, she's
awesome.
fantastic.
Tyler
She's
Perry's
awesome.
fucking great.
Oh my god.
Like every character in Gone Girl is like so well acted,
Yeah.
and like the two detectives, how sometimes they move in like synchronicity and shit, and
Yeah.
like just everybody has like a very distinct personality. Where like in Dragon Tattoo, everybody kind of has like a similar like is gloomy. We're all gloomy in a certain regard, but like Gone Girl has like fucking characters in it.
Neil Patrick Harris is a wholesome man who manages to act the worst in everything. There you go.
I love him in this movie. I
think
love him.
And I think it's a brilliant casting decision.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fit into the movie. everyone else is very like Amy's very beautiful and you know what I mean, but like the rest of them are very plain looking people. Even Affleck is a very plain everyday guy. He pulls it off well, right? So Neil Patrick Harris being like fucking on fleek with the fucking suits and the sweater vest and like the whole 9 yards, and like him being him, and like so like he's so skinny, and you know what I mean, like he's just like he stands out like a sore thumb. And it's I fucking thought it was awesome.
Well, which cast is better? And I think
Great question.
I think you guys are really forgetting some of the Dragon Tattoo cast, which are underrated because the names in Gone Girl are a little bigger and a little more recognizable faces, with like Carrie Coon and Tyler Perry and
no, I think you're
even
absolutely
Kate, whatever the detective's name is, who's slipping my mind now. But Dragon Tattoo has great supporting roles. I mean, you have Christopher Plummer, you have Jolie Richardson, you have Stellan Skarsgård. I mean, there's a lot of Robin Wright, like we talked about. There's a lot of great characters in Gone Girl too.
And you're absolutely right, because at the beginning of all the movies, I write down the year they came out, who directed them, and then the main characters, and I leave a big margin because I like to write like as people come in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, that's an important character. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Gone Girl. I have 3 in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And I make like a note that Christopher Plummer just plays old rich guys.
Yeah.
Like he's Inside Man. It's the same character.
Yeah.
It's like literally the same character, rich Swedish billionaire. Like
in
literally
in
the
Gone
same
Girl,
character.
you have bigger names in more standout, I think, noticeable performances. But I think in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the people play their roles so well. Like the guy who rapes Elizabeth. I have no idea what that actor's name is.
No, he was
but
awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I think is more so in favor of Dragon Tattoo.
Is it worse because he's fat?
Yeah.
It's worse because he's fat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he glistens like a rotisserie chicken when he's on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
And at one point he's on his side and he looks like a chicken.
Yeah.
It looks like a rotisserie
Absolutely
chicken.
right. I think you're
and I was
spot
like,
on.
this is gross because like he's fat and it looks like he looks like a chicken.
Yeah, he's like a
and like it's
disgusting, dirty old
gluttonous and like
Yeah. His clothes don't fit.
yeah.
I mean, like
And he's got
everything is bad.
Just a fat dude with curly hair is like the worst kind of fucking person.
Sorry,
dirty
Jonah
old
Hill.
fat man. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think in terms of the cast?
I want to say
yeah.
because I think you alluded to something that I don't necessarily feel, but I like the cast from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo more. I like the characters in Gone Girl
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
because they're more entertaining. Like the characters in Dragon Tattoo are very like they're very well acted,
Yeah.
but there's not like they're all like kind of stagnant except for moments of like wham.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
in like Gone Girl, the characters are at like 10 the entire way
time,
in
yeah.
like their own like little
Right.
whatever
Right.
the
Right.
fucking
Right.
word
Right.
would be.
Right.
It's a little more of an ensemble movie, Gone Girl.
Yeah. Oh, for
Whereas-
sure.
Whereas Dragon Tattoo is a little more intimate. You have the two, it's not
Right,
a
the
two-hander
main-
per se, but
No, but yeah, it is.
it's closer
Yeah.
to it.
And I think, man, and it wasn't until you started to list them, Justin, where I'm like, man, if you put those rosters on a piece of paper between me, I'd pick Gone Girl every time. I'd pick Gone Girl every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Like Robin Wright, Daniel Craig.
Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah, what am I saying?
You said Gone Girl.
I'm sorry, Dragon Tattoo, I'd pick every fucking time.
Yeah.
Gone Girl, though, I liked more. Like,
Yeah.
I liked the performances more. But I don't, like, to what you're saying, I don't think it's hard to appreciate the brilliance in a subtle performance. Like, Robin Wright's performance is, like, exactly what it should be. She's beautiful, and you're immediately swept up in her, and you understand why they're having an affair and why he loves her, and, and then, like, Skarsgård comes in, and you're like, yep, this guy's fucking weird. Like, I don't know, man. Oh, maybe he's not weird. Well, no, it turns out he's weird. And, like, Christopher Plummer, you're just like, are you sure that you couldn't get anybody better? That's
Also,
yeah, I mean it could have been Ian McKellen.
I always want to put Patrick Stewart
Yeah.
and Christopher Plummer's. They have a similar voice quality.
Also, somehow we've made it an hour and a half without shouting out Emily Ratajkowski in Gone Girl.
I have Emily. Emily
I don't know if
Radik-
she deserves it, but we're doing
I
it.
just said Emily Ratajkowski. What a performance! Gone Girl.
The perfect inflection. Yes.
Yeah, she nailed it.
Yeah. It was the acting there was definitely not great, but she was a great choice for that.
She
Quick
did.
couple scenes.
She did exactly what she needed to
Yeah.
do. She looked great in a bathing suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Austin, take on the cast.
I want to talk about something real quick here.
Mhm.
Let's go.
With a particular thing of the cast. Let's talk about the main women of both films.
Okay.
You guys notice how both Fincher films kind of play into a world where it seems like the men are controlling the women until the women fucking lash out in own separate ways?
That's
one-
life, baby.
No, come on, give him credit. That's fucking brilliant.
No, it is.
That is brilliant.
It is.
Also, with the fact that both women manage their coping mechanisms in two different ways, where Lisbeth puts all her emotion and everything on the outside, the tattoos, the clothing, the piercings, the attitude, and the other, which I don't know why I'm escaping my mind right now,
Amy Dunn.
is putting it all inside and writing journals and being very secretive of it. How fucking crazy is that formula?
You get snaps. I think everybody's gotten snaps today on this episode. That was fucking sick, Austin. Yeah, man. I have no further comment. You nailed that. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't even fucking register with that.
As in terms of the whole cast, I am with that. I enjoyed the cast of Dragon Tattoo, but I think that the performance was better in Gone Girl. I'll say.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page with that. Was
Yeah.
that like the Gone Girl was like, they're like, we're acting now, and you're like, great job acting, and like Dragon Tattoo's like, we're a person, and you're like, yes you are, and then you forget about it immediately, and you're like, oh wait, that was actually really good acting, because you were like, I'm a person, and you just believed it. Which is also what Daniel Craig does, I think, better than 90% of the actors in Hollywood. Is like, I'm like, Daniel fucking Craig, all right, let's go. And then, like, by the end of it, I'm like, I forget that that's Daniel Craig. He's now that character.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, really?
Well, because you haven't seen any of the James Bond movies. It's hard not to see him as James Bond after you've watched him as James Bond.
Well, okay, so maybe I've been lucky because I'm thinking of, like, Knives Out and Dragon Tattoo. That's not the same fucking guy.
Right.
It's
Right?
the same guy, just one he has like a silly accent.
In glasses. Yeah. Well, they both have glasses.
They
I
both
guess.
have glasses. He's better at wearing glasses in Knives Out than he is a Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Knives.
Much better at it.
If you would have seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo when it came out,
And then seen
and then
Knives.
seen all the Bond movies, or even just a couple of them, and then seen Knives Out, you would have been like, oh well. It's weird when he's not just a posh English guy.
Yeah.
Well, and
because
then you
that's
don't
what he is.
you don't like him in Logan Lucky. You think he's obnoxious, right?
I don't know if I said. I respect that he was trying to get away from Bond and do something different and crazy and very far away from that character with the bleached hair and the kooky accent and everything. And that movie itself, like, I don't remember too much of.
Okay.
But I respected his attempt to get away from Bond.
I hated it. It's so gross.
So I'm trying to, like, I'm on his IMDb right now, and I don't feel like this is his. No, it is his acting credits. So his, like, first stuff he's doing is all TV. And then where does he kind of get into it?
Probably
Layer
the first
Cake?
movie is Layer Cake that people would know. That's well,
Okay.
he was in Tomb Raider. He had a
Road to
small role in
Perdition?
Tomb Raider. Yeah, right around there. So 2001 is where he starts coming into the mainstream.
Okay.
Movies
So
that we would
then,
know. Yeah, Layer Cake, and then Munich, Spielberg's Munich. He was in, and
okay, I remember Munich. I don't remember him in Munich, but okay.
yeah.
And then Casino Royale. So he's James Bond almost immediately.
No, he was in his mid-30s when he.
No,
started
but
doing
like
movies.
as far as like notable roles is Layer Cake, Munich, and then he's James Bond.
Yeah, not too many big roles before then,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
And then you
and
have
then-
movies like Golden Compass, and
Right.
you have Defiance, and Cowboys and Aliens. Yeah.
Right.
The Adventures of
It's
Tintin.
sad that I have that on DVD.
No, it's all right, bud.
I
Uh,
didn't realize Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is after 2 Bond movies.
Mm-hmm. Right in the middle. Yeah, 2 before, 2 after.
Jesus.
So then, excuse me. Okay, so then Logan Lucky, then Knives Out. So Knives Out is his most recent thing.
Right. And Knives Out was a great movie, and he was really solid in Knives Out.
Oh, I thought he was brilliant in Knives Out.
But there's still this element of like, oh, it's Bond with like a weird accent.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Zach said.
So here, then.
Sad that I didn't see James Bond with that.
No, I haven't either. You're good.
No, I mean it's not that I haven't seen it because I've seen
Oh.
the Bond with him in it. I'm saying I didn't see Daniel Craig's Bond character in Knives Out. Like I didn't see that same comparison.
Right. I think it's because they look very similar. It's not so much how they act, but it's
Okay.
like he looks like Bond with glasses.
So
Yeah.
here's.
I was gonna be an asshole and be like, well, of course they look similar. They're played by the same guy.
No.
That's a good one. So here's something, and I guess maybe this is me just being like I say, the worst film student you've ever fucking seen. My first Daniel Craig experience was Logan Lucky,
Yikes.
then
Jesus.
Knives Out.
Well, let's be honest.
So,
Daniel Craig in Knives Out.
His worst to his.
Daniel Craig in Knives Out should have been Kevin Spacey, but it couldn't have been Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
Right. I mean, I have no proof, but like, it's Frank Underwood as a detective. Like the voice is
Ew.
90% of that character.
Because he's not an evil character.
No, but I mean the
But
the
we don't know
voice
Frank
is such
Underwood's
a big
really
part of
evil.
the character.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And like that's
yeah,
that's
he's
a
from
Kevin
New
Spacey
Orleans.
character.
It is. Yeah, he's doing Kevin Spacey. He's doing a Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey impression.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like in Hateful Eight, like they couldn't get Christoph Waltz, so they have Tim Roth talk like Christoph Waltz.
Right.
And I'm just like,
right.
I know this should be somebody else.
Yeah. So maybe I've inflated Daniel Craig's awesomeness.
No, he's fucking great. How are you gonna inflate his awesomeness if you haven't seen him in any of the Bond
He
movies?
fucking sucks. All right.
He's James Bond for Christ's sake.
Yeah. The best Bond to some people.
I don't hate it. Not a bad take.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I gotta go watch fucking
Yeah.
a Bond movie. All right. I think we've and you didn't even see the topic stream today, everybody, but those were supposed to be the
Surprise.
topics.
Yeah.
I think let's talk a little bit about the open ending of Gone Girl because I think it's an important piece of Gone Girl. Like that sucks.
He's fucked. He's fucked.
I don't know how else to say that.
The man's trapped.
Zach, you're apparently winning the one-liners today.
Hey.
So I think that's pretty much your role.
That's what I try to do.
That's what you bring to
So
the
he
table.
brings- yeah.
Austin, you got the room rearranged over there. What are you doing, bud?
My back's acting up, so I'm trying to crack it.
Oh, okay. So the open ending, like, do you think Affleck gets away, or
Fuck
like
no.
he just sits in that shit?
What do you mean open ending? What's open about the ending? He stays with her and they have a baby and have their psychotic life together that they both want to have. What's the open ending?
Every time I think he says open ending, I just think of open face sandwich. I don't know if the two correlate, but it's.
Well, they both
I
have
would-
open in them. Yeah.
I would kill Amy Dunn right now for an open face roast beef. On God. On God.
Jason, tally that one up to another one-liner.
I mean, he should fucking kill her.
Right.
He should kill her.
He should kill her.
He should kill her.
He should kill her and run away with the kid.
And honestly, if he was judged by 12 of his peers, we would have been like, it's fine. I mean,
Some of his peers, they'd all be like, "Yeah, man, just get out of here.
a bitch
Get out of
can
here,
only-
you rascal."
You can only have it coming for so long.
It's like you break your neighbor's window, and they're like, "Well, if you won't do it again, get out of here."
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Like, he wants to stay with her at the end.
Really?
That's
You think?
obvious.
He-
Yes, he
what?
does. Carrie Coon
What?
even says it. She's like, "You want to stay with her," and he doesn't defend that. Yes, he does. Their marriage had gotten stale and they had grown apart. This whole psychotic episode happens where he thinks that he just wants out of it because he's a nut job, but deep down he actually, this is the spark their marriage needed. They're both fucked up, and this has brought them closer together. I get all that. That's what I see. Yeah, they are happy together.
I don't know if I get that.
mean,
I think they're both fucked up. I think that's all.
They're both fucked up together, and that's what they both
Wait,
want.
you're taking his side, Austin?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
If I was in his situation, I would be like,
Yeah,
peace,
yeet.
howdy.
She comes down the stairs in that black dress, though. I don't know. I might stay.
You
I might stay.
Just tell, you
Little
said
spook-
you'd openly kill her for an open-faced sandwich, and then she comes out in a black dress. It's all
Well,
right.
listen.
Which came first, the sandwich or the dress?
She act like a spooky bitch the whole movie, then shows up looking like fucking Wednesday Addams. I might be like, God damn, bitch, you got me. You know? It's the Wednesday Addams fit at the
It
end.
was the Wednesday Addams
Yeah.
fit at the end.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. You know,
She was
Everybody likes a little crazy. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, I don't know about.
Tell you what.
Oh,
You guys know you do, all of you.
yeah. Oh, God.
Oh wait. Hold on. Here's a serious question. While Josh is dying over
I'm
there.
afraid to answer because I want to say something so fucked up.
No, go ahead. What do you want to say?
I can't
That's
say it.
fucked up.
I can't say
You
it.
can't tease us like that.
I can't say it. Derek will drop through the fucking ceiling and box cutter my throat.
All right, hold on a sec.
Oh, fuck.
Serious question.
We'll do this off air.
Give Josh a sec. He's coming back.
that was as good as what if he was a wizard. Ben Affleck was not ready for the supernatural shit that came down the pike.
The Rosamund Pike.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Not proud of that one.
That was so awesome. That's actually her fucking name.
I want to point that this has been the second time I've been on this show, and Zach's dropped this stuff. So.
You bring it out of him. Oh
Bring it out.
I feel like I haven't said anything controversial on this
Oh
show.
my
That's the fucked up
God.
part. You guys are sensitive.
All right,
Yeah,
well-
you did. You were gonna kill her for a sandwich, and then you were like, "Well, if she dresses up like Wednesday Addams and fucks me, I would stay."
I like spooky bitches and meats. I miss meats.
Justin, what's your question? Let's get back on.
I don't know if I could do it over Josh's laughter. But this is hold on a second. Okay, deep breath. This is a serious question that I need someone to confirm. Whose baby is it at the end? Is it Neil Patrick Harris's baby?
No,
It's not Ben Affleck's baby.
Yeah, it is. It's
He
his.
says, "I never touched you." They don't have sex.
She kept the sperm sample from the clinic.
Yeah.
What clinic? What?
He went to a clinic when they first moved to Missouri to see if he was fertile, and he handed it to her to keep the if they wanted to keep the specimen for later to use for artificial insemination, and she threw the paper away, making him think that she didn't care about it, but actually she did. She signed off on it. She kept the sample and then used it to impregnate herself.
Oh, the old turkey baster.
That's the gravy on our open face sandwich, baby.
There it is.
Ben Affleck's gravy.
Jesus
Oh God.
fucking Christ.
All right, well I totally missed that
Well,
conversation.
you know J Lo likes Ben Affleck's gravy, or at least she did. Wow. Let's fucking go.
All right. Well, I'm saying the ending is not open ended to me, but
Oh
whatever
my
you guys
God,
think.
that's fucking awesome. All right. Was
I'm
just
glad we revisited that topic.
burn through
Yeah.
these, right? All right. Fincher's characters.
Yes.
Man, there's some fucked up ones. So instead of doing overrated, underrated, we're gonna do for the acting, we're gonna do characters, right?
Let's go.
Yeah. So what are we doing? Crazier than? Like who's crazier than?
No,
who,
better or
what?
worse than is all Fincher stuff.
Okay.
But do you want to do better or worse than acting or characters?
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah,
All right.
Let's get
Let's just-
into it.
let's
I'm
just get
feeling
one up.
loosey goosey right now. Who the fuck is this guy?
That's David Fincher, man.
Oh.
He put his best Conor McGregor impression.
Who the fuck is this guy?
We say we're doing characters, and you give me some fucking Subway vigilante looking
Well-
motherfucker.
We only just did the whole goddamn show about him.
I didn't know he looked like Bruce Willis in
Who's
Death
this?
Wish.
Who's this fucking guy?
This fucking nerd with his glasses and his beanie.
Oh my god. I can't.
Who's this guy?
I gotta
Who
get
the
out
fuck
of
is
here.
this guy?
This is too much. I put this picture in here because, like, I don't know, as like a directing nerd.
Look at this photograph.
Yeah, exactly. I just really like pictures of directors on set, mainly because I like to see what they're wearing. Is that weird? Like,
What set is
Spielberg
this?
always has this fucking wild, like, trucker hat on.
Uh-huh.
And, like, he always has his sunglasses on top of his hat and then his regular glasses on. So, like I saw this picture. I was like, oh, man, look at him. Look at him making him movie.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
First character. Amy Dunn. We have...
I think we need to do some kind of like scale because these
Okay.
are all like his nut job characters. So we need to like measure them, if not against each other, then like on a scale of I don't know 1 to 10 for craziness.
Okay.
This is my time to shine.
Does that work
This
for you
is
guys?
it here.
We gonna do 1
Look
to
at
10?
the shit-eating grin on your fucking face.
Eh.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say, let's use the letterbox rating, 1 through 5 stars.
Five, five is the most powerful.
5 is
Five's
the,
the best.
are we saying the craziest or the best?
Are they all crazy?
Kind
Yes.
of. Yeah, let's
Okay.
say crazy.
Let's go crazy.
Yeah. On a
They're
scale
all
on a
crazy.
scale of 0 to Fincher himself, where do the characters where do these
He
characters
is a nut
fall?
job, that's
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I will start. I'll say Amy Dunn is a 4. And I really want to put her as a 5, but I
But
feel
there's
like
one other character that you're like, no, that's a 5er.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Amy Dunn is a strong 4.
Okay. Austin?
I feel like there's another one coming up, so I will say 4.5.
I love it when Austin
Can you
uses
do
the
that on
decimals.
Letterbox?
Of course
Can we
you can.
confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
4.5 stars.
Okay.
You do. Actually, they even have quarter stars.
Oh well,
They do.
That's a little
that's
you know,
fucking weird.
Getting wild.
Yeah.
a little full of itself.
No, this is the craziest bitch ever.
That's a 5er.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a straight 5.
Nice.
Let me. And the Russian judge, he even gave a 5.
Yeah. I mean, like, I sat there watching this like, no, women are done for me.
Well, you're done.
I'm never.
entirely.
I can't trust a woman. No,
Okay.
I can't.
Okay, unless it's Christina Ricci in a Wednesday Addams outfit, then you'd make an exception. And
No,
if she was
no.
holding an open face sandwich.
No. The actual Wednesday Addams does nothing for me.
Christina Ricci.
No.
Oh, she's a babe for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Lucy
I don't think
Lou.
Also,
you
I
Lucy
can't
Liu.
I can't speak to what her age was in that movie, so I'm not even touching it. No.
Lucy Liu.
Good on that. She plays a fucking kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck are you trying to do, bro?
I was a kid.
Yeah, but still, I was like, oh, she came down looking
Christina
like Wednesday
Ricci
Addams.
and I are like very similar in age, maybe.
She might be a little, she's a little older, I
I'm
think.
not attracted to her as a child in the Addams family.
She's 10 years older.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I mean, it's going on fucking line, bro. You're trying to.
I like spooky
Chris
bitches
Hansen
and
me.
me.
Do some entrapment shit.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh,
What do you, who didn't vote on her yet?
Zach,
Josh.
I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't. I like a little crazy. Give me a 3.
A
Little
3.
crazy.
I think
That's
there's
just
two
disrespectful.
other characters.
That is disrespectful.
There's 2 other characters that are 4s and 5s.
Okay.
So that's where I'm using
I
your
mean,
logic.
you could have multiple ones be
Yeah,
4s
seriously.
and 5s. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that she can't be a 5 because someone else is a 5.
Oh.
I just there's someone I think is just a tad above her.
That's like pretending all the members of the like Justice League aren't superheroes.
Right,
You
yeah.
can have 5s.
Oh, come on.
They can all be- they can
Aquaman's
all
a
be
superhero.
fives.
Did you see that fucking movie?
No, I didn't.
He talks to the fish at the end and they stop fighting. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
bad.
Isn't that the power of Aquaman? With fish?
Shut up, Austin.
That's what he does.
Put that in a ranking.
I
Put
can't.
that in your
You're like
rankings.
biting your tongue,
They're
like
so-
literally
I
biting your
mean-
tongue.
It's for you guys.
It's
Put that in your rankings, Austin.
yeah. Put that in your rank and smoke it.
So bad.
All right, fine. I'll bump her up to a 4.
Hey.
But there's definitely like All right, then I got to move the other 2 to 5s. All right, I'm cool with this. All right,
Okay.
4.
Let's see where it goes.
Who's
All right.
next?
Austin, did you give?
I gave 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. That's right. All right, awesome. The next one. Frank Underwood. That was me wrapping my ring off the table.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, dipping into the TV side. I don't know if we have anyone from Manhunter on here.
No,
Netflix show.
because most of these. Well, I guess Lisbeth wasn't
Yeah.
a bad guy.
Isn't Manhunter based on like a true story though?
Yeah, it is.
Or what is it? Is it
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter?
Mindhunter.
There's Mindhunter and then there's Manhunt.
There's
I'm always
Manhunter,
which
the
one?
Hannibal.
Do we have Man Eater by Nelly Furtado?
Oh, God.
Nelly Furtado's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, she
She
is.
flies like a bird and then eats a man. I don't know about all
God.
that.
Frank Underwood, in terms of the craziness, I don't know. In terms of the ruthlessness, he's like a fucking 20. But in terms of craziness,
Oh wow.
he's smart and ruthless, but he's not crazy. He's like, he's probably a 3. He's a middle of the road.
Okay.
on
Wow.
that scale.
I think you're the only person that's ever described Frank Underwood as played by Kevin Spacey, who's just basically being himself. That's a 3 for insanity. But okay. Zach?
I'd fucking vote for this guy.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Austin!
I'm happy that I didn't drink my water before.
Yeah.
It would have went all over my computer.
Oh, my God.
I will agree with Justin. I think he's more cold and well. Listen here before you just say what. I believe he's more cold and calculating and brilliant rather than crazy. He's power driven, and it's not necessarily what a lot of people are driven by power. That doesn't make them crazy, but in terms of some of the stuff he does, a little bit to get him to that number. So I'm gonna say a 3 as well.
Steph says Frank Underwood is stone cold crazy Austin, which also works for Austin, Steve Austin, the wrestler. Isn't allowed to vote anymore. You're not allowed to vote anymore, Austin. Yeah, Frank Underwood's a fucking 5 out of 5.
What?
You guys
No.
are fucking insane.
What?
I would.
I don't agree.
I like the idea of him just killing people more. Like, theoretically, stepping outside of a situation. If I have somebody that's killed somebody, he pushes that chick in front of a train, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or somebody that fakes their own death to frame somebody. I'm like, the killing somebody's a little less crazy.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe politicians should kill more people.
Well,
Hey!
Jokes.
No!
Jokes.
And that's
Jokes.
that's
No.
for the movies.
I mean, really, nobody kills more people than politicians, if you think about it. But you know,
I do believe System of a Down once asked, "Why don't presidents fight the war?"
he does kill the dog in the very first episode.
That's wild.
it's like a mercy killing. That's not.
It's
It's
his
not even
ruthlessness.
kind of.
He's putting a weak thing out of.
Doesn't it get hit by a car though?
It's like it's dying in the street or something.
Okay,
like that.
so he like kills it so it doesn't suffer.
But he like snaps
is the-
its neck and smiles.
Yeah, it's not mercy. It's not a mercy killing. It's like he can't stand to see a weak creature. So
Yeah.
He kills it.
Yeah.
But he's not. I don't know. I don't like him for being crazy compared to who else is on this fucking.
But then he
team.
can't handle it when Claire starts to take his power and he starts to snap.
Yeah, because he likes power.
yeah.
He likes power. He's a power-driven man.
Give him power drill.
What did you give him?
5.
Was
Yeah,
Zach,
he's a
what did you give him?
5er.
I said a 1.
A 1.
I respect this.
All over the place on Frank Underwood.
He kills the dog. Episode 1. Red flag. No, no, it isn't. Gotta hit. Wait. No, it. Can someone read?
It says no, it isn't. It got hit, but he straight up snapped its neck and then pretended like the car did it. So yeah, it got hit by the car, but it wasn't dead. But he.
And he's
finished it off.
misogynist. And
He's Kevin Spacey.
He's
Well,
Kevin
yeah.
Spacey. Yeah.
I think Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey himself is a 5.
He's
Somehow Frank Underwood is less crazy than Kevin Spacey. in real
Somehow,
life.
but to me, I can't separate them knowing what
Yeah.
we know now.
Well, yeah.
He also like the two women he fucking kills are
Rooney Mara's sister, ironically, Kate Mara,
Kate Mara,
Yeah.
Babe, and Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Rachel.
Right.
He doesn't kill Rachel. I think Doug kills Rachel. Doesn't he hit her with the shovel?
Yeah, but he makes her.
Well,
He
that's-
makes
that's
Doug
true.
kill Rachel.
Right.
So first off, he killed 2 actresses I find very attractive, so I'm offended by that. And then on top of that, yeah.
Okay.
So there. Fuck Frank
Well, we're
Underwood.
all over the place on that.
Yeah. All right. This is the one I haven't seen, so it's up to you guys. John Doe from Seven.
Oh God, that's a fucking 5 right there. Do you know the plot of the movie Seven?
No idea.
Really?
No.
Dude,
Great.
can we tell him the plot, or is
Yeah.
that it's spoiling it? In
I'll
itself?
forget it by the time I watch the
No,
fucking
you
movie
won't.
anyway.
It's. I mean, it's in
Okay, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are 2 detectives, one who's like newer and one who's retiring, and the case that they're solving in the movie is a serial killer who is killing people based on the 7 deadly sins. So like lust. and
Okay, I think
sloth
I knew
and
this.
gluttony
Yeah,
and stuff.
okay,
So-
okay.
Okay, yeah. So that's all I want to say. Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Kevin Spacey is. He's just a 5. I don't want to say too much for Josh.
Wait, that's also Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at him. Look at the
Oh
picture.
my fucking god.
I mean, that's 1995 or whatever. Kevin Spacey.
I don't
Yep.
give a flying fuck about anything. Kevin Spacey's the goat. I don't give a shit.
I mean, he is
If I catch you listening to fucking
Michael
Nelly
Jackson.
or R. Kelly or Michael Jackson, I don't want to hear a goddamn word about Kevin Spacey.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said for him not really having to act.
As an
It's like-
actor,
I mean,
Kevin
he-
Spacey, what would you do in this scenario? He's like, "Oh, let me tell you."
I mean, in real life, like people that accused him of the shit that they said he did, like ended up dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is the OG. He's the thespian Suge Knight.
Wow.
I mean,
He's
I would-
about that life.
I don't think that T-shirt would sell, but it's a great T-shirt.
He's Wayne Brady in that episode of Chappelle Show. Kevin Spacey was loped the
Motherfucking
fuck
Wayne
out the
Brady.
whole time, and we didn't know because he was acting. He's a method
Ugh.
actor.
He's actually acting when he's being a person.
Yeah.
And when he's being the characters, he's just being himself.
When he dropped that video on YouTube on Christmas Day of him
That's
as
some
Frank
freaky shit.
Underwood,
Yeah,
that was
that's
just
some weirdness.
that was candid camera. That wasn't even acting.
Mhm.
Yeah. But this character is a 5
Yeah,
for sure.
5. It's so
Austin?
good. He's so good.
What's in the box, boys? The number 5.
Oh,
Oh.
I like what you did there.
That you can get that kind of transition on the rankings court every Tuesday at 6:30. He's getting disturbingly good at it to the point where like we can't even disrupt him. He can segue out of anything. He's literally Kurt Angle. He's a slippery son of a bitch. You
I
can't
think
get a hold of him.
I feel bad because Tuesday nights when I watch all the movies, so
Oh,
I
there you go.
miss the hits.
Yeah,
I
there
miss
you
the
go.
hits sometimes.
All right.
Josh, yeah, you gotta do 7 though. That's Fincher's most iconic movie.
Yeah.
for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that or Social Network. Wouldn't you guys say?
The Social Network's fucked though.
7's more so, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's definitely been, like, when we started Thoughts from the Movies, I had a couple of really hot takes, and the one that I have had to repeal entirely is that Fincher's a fraud. I mean, he's
Actually, you've never seen any of his.
Yeah,
movies
that's a bold.
before.
That's a bold
Right,
statement
right,
to make.
right.
I'm like, what movies have you seen? Have you seen 7? No. Social Network? No. Zodiac? No. I'm like, what are we talking
That's
about?
not even a take. That's an assumption.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
But,
7,
yeah,
so
man.
that's 7 is his most iconic for sure.
Okay.
But
How about Zodiac? And
why this guy?
yeah, I was interested.
Oh, is this a Zodiac killer?
Yeah.
Oh,
this
I
is the
haven't
guy
seen it
that
forever.
they think
Oh,
is
okay.
the Zodiac killer. This is Arthur Lee Allen, who they suspect is the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
Remember, the Zodiac killer case still to this day was never solved.
Right.
And this is the guy that they think is the closest to
So
matching who it
I'm
could have been.
curious why you picked this guy and not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Because this guy, assuming he was the Zodiac killer, which there's evidence that points to
Fight
he
Club
was,
is on this
evidence
list.
that wasn't that, or evidence that suggests he wasn't. So this was talking about him if he was the Zodiac killer, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It was more so about the character of the Zodiac killer,
Oh, okay.
not necessarily Arthur Lee Allen's character.
Okay.
So the Zodiac killer, we should say.
I mean, like, the Zodiac Killer is, like, the most notorious. Like, it's like Jack the Ripper and the Zodiac Killer as far as, like, common tongue serial killers that people would talk about. So,
Right.
but, like, him as a character, I don't know. He's like a 2.
He looks like a toe.
He was. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah,
he
like-
is the Zodiac, though, 5. I would, 5 for the Zodiac killer, because of all the, the cryptic messages and like the murders and everything.
Yeah,
obviously. All of it
I guess,
together.
like, when you put this one on the list, this was the one I didn't understand, because, like, the Zodiac Killer, even in the movie, goes, like, well, maybe it was him. that's kind of where it ends. So,
Yeah, I mean the IRL Zodiac Killer, 5 out of 5.
oh sure,
Great killer.
but
One
also,
of the best killers.
But also the Zodiac Killer, when they just recently decoded that note,
Right.
it almost seems like the Zodiac Killer was just like, I don't even know how smart he was as far as just criminally insane.
Oh, definitely.
Like, he was like a real life Joker more than anything.
I mean,
I honestly don't know too much about the Zodiac Killer.
Oh, well, we'll have to do a Great Depression episode on that.
yeah.
Yeah. Can I throw something out here that's
Yeah.
been like killing me? And I mean no disrespect. This is no shade or anything.
Yeah.
I am
But
as-
Austin is serving some strong Jeremy Renner in the town vibes tonight.
with that jacket, that track jacket.
Oh, fuck. You weren't on the show yet when we did the town, huh?
It was my pick, so thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Well,
Glad
there you
to
go.
know. Glad
There
to
you
know.
go. You're welcome.
I made an impression.
You did. I let Zach in my house before I ever fucking knew him. That's kind of a scary
You
thought.
fucked up.
I like fucking Kevin Spacey toting Zach
Hey.
into my fucking house.
Hey,
Um,
I got an eye for talent.
Austin, Zodiac.
The actual presence of the Zodiac Killer has to be a 4.5 for me.
I
Just
hate to
great-
see a 5. Oh my god. Jesus, man.
I gave a 5. I gave a 5 the last one.
On John Doe, yeah, you did.
Oh right. Yeah, okay.
So with this, I felt very disturbed by the personality of the Zodiac Killer himself, that he was able to send messages periodically in time. Mind you, like some people would just be like, I don't have what it takes anymore, you know, but he just keeps the quote unquote from Rick and Morty, well, here I go killing again. Like that's basically, there's a scene, Josh, from the film.
I've seen
that-
Zodiac.
Have you seen Zodiac?
Yeah.
Okay, so the scene where they're in the car, where he goes, I'm gonna, before I kill you, I'm gonna throw your fucking baby out of the car. Like I stopped. Like I had to pause the movie and just put my like fingers to my lips like this, and I said, what the fuck? You know, like, so, but if I had to give, because I'm only, let's say if I'm going off of only giving like a certain number in a thing. So I would say 4.5 for Zodiac, because I believe that John Doe's personality as a killer in 7 is more insane and crazy than the Zodiac. Zodiac was more calculating in his format. So
I mean, if you're going to be a meticulous killer that prides themselves on not getting caught, it's probably distracting to kill somebody with a crying baby in the car.
Definitely.
That's a
Yeah. Steph says it's a
it's a thinker.
what is it? IQ 2000 move or whatever. Yeah. Steph says Zodiac Killer in real life literally stalked children making out in a car, shot them point blank. Zodiac Killer is 12 out of 15 or 12 out of 5.
Side note, how could you be this? How could you take that secret with you to the grave? You know, like if the guy, assuming he's dead already, like how could you just not put that out there in the world at some point? You know, like to carry that around with you, like the entire world's looking for you for like decades to carry that secret. I don't know how you just don't.
But let me ask you this: don't you like to win games?
Yeah, but do you consider that winning?
He's
no,
winning.
but it's so 5 out of 5 fucking crazy to like write coded messages and shit to the police and then just
and then
take it with you.
disappear.
Like, don't
Just
take
still
any
never.
credit for
What
it.
a win!
Yeah.
Don't
What a
take any
dub!
credit for it.
Yeah.
Big dub.
Do you guys know the game?
Like the rapper?
No, like it's this game called The Game, and if like somebody says the game, like you lose.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the ultimate The Game.
Yeah, I just lost the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
probably haven't thought about it in 15 years.
No, yeah, I just lost.
That's right.
Son of a bitch.
DB
Sorry,
Cooper
Steph, you
did
just
it?
lost.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's
Maybe.
true.
Maybe Frank Sheeran or whatever, the Irishman. Like if
Ed
he didn't-
Sheeran.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran.
What are you talking about?
The Irishman.
Oh, the Netflix
heard you
movie.
paint
oh.
out.
Take me
oh
to
yeah.
the-
Ed
Oh,
Sheeran's
Frank
killing.
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran's killing it.
Yeah, wait, Frank Sheeran?
Yeah, but like if
When
he
your
didn't do
legs
it, like
don't
we still
work
don't know who
anymore.
killed.
It's because I killed you. All right,
Okay.
Lisbeth, the first good guy on the list.
I don't think she's crazy at all.
I don't think so either.
I don't know if I want to say 4 or 3. Like, I'd say It's a very soft 4.
It's a soft 4?
Yeah, because she is definitely she's very incredibly smart and she's had a shitty life. I mean, crazy. Like the scene where she fucks the guy up who raped her.
Yeah,
There's
awesome
definitely some
scene.
crazy there. But in general, I don't,
I
think
don't
it's
know.
crazy.
We like spooky bitches on the show.
We do. That's right, we do.
We all like a little crazy.
I 3.5. I don't like the
3.5?
halfers. I don't like the
Okay.
halfers, but I'll do a 3.5.
Rapists deserve what they get. So everyone, please keep in mind, if Steph slapping Austin on Among Us when she's not even in the same room as him wasn't enough to let you know that Steph will kill you, rapists get what they deserve. 0 out of 5, not crazy, just vengeful, as she should be. I love Steph. I wish Steph was on a show other than Among Us. Like, I would love to let her fucking handle just fly.
Come on. Come on.
She's
Come on.
electric.
Lisbeth, you guys? Anybody?
Lisbeth?
Yeah, I'd say 0.
0.
Yeah.
0. Austin?
She's a little
I
bit.
can't.
1
So-
then.
I can't give I don't think a 0 exists on this, so I'm gonna say a 1. Definitely crazy in a sort of format for revenge that vengeance drives you crazy, but other than that, very smart, very meticulous, just vengeful. So we'll give a 1 out of 5 for that.
I think I've definitely daydreamed about doing worse things over lesser actions. You know what I mean?
I don't have your picture on this list. Do I need to add it?
No, but I mean
I'm starting a
10.
podcast with you in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks that
10 for
we've
Zach.
been building a couple of months and now I'm really becoming concerned.
No, but I mean in regard that this fat
I
piece
make
of
fun
shit,
of you on one podcast and Amy Dunn walks through the door and kills me for it.
I mean, I know where you live.
Yeah. Shit.
Mistake
I
right
talked
there.
about firebombing my neighbor's house because they left a note on my car.
Well,
But I mean, in terms of what she went through, I don't think that's really an overreaction.
Steph,
Eccentric maybe, but I don't think an overreaction.
Steph, I will pencil you in for the serial killer episode of A Great Depression whenever we do that. I got to go Lisbeth 2 out of 5.
That's fair.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Austin?
Well, I gave her a 1.
I'm
so.
sorry, buddy.
Okay.
No.
I doing a bad job being a point guard today. All right. Sean Parker.
Sean Parker.
I think you just wanted Justin Timberlake on screen.
Who doesn't? Look at him. He's adorable.
Okay, so why Sean Parker? Why is he in this list with, convicted serial killers and also Lisbeth?
Sean Parker is one of the antagonists of The Social Network.
Sure.
And he's a little crazy. He's got a drug problem, and he's definitely got a little power craziness with trying
Yeah,
to fuck
yeah,
over the
yeah,
world who
yeah.
fucked him. There's an element of a little unstableness to Sean Parker. In the grand scheme of this list, he's, a big puppy dog. But in the movie, I would say, Sean Parker is probably a 2, 2.5. There's a little crazy in there.
Now, keep in mind, Sean Parker created Napster.
That
Yeah.
does nothing for me.
He went head-to-head with Metallica.
Yes, he did.
That's you got to be kind of crazy to go head-to-head with Metallica.
I think it would be easy though. Lars seems like such a cunt.
I think it's easy to push him over the edge, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mark Zuckerberg's way worse than Sean
I would
Parker.
agree. I would agree.
Yeah, and I mean, Army Hammer's out here fucking eating people.
Yeah.
So
Should have put him on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk about man eater.
Yeah, literally.
He's eating brothers for lunch.
Make you work hard,
Yeah.
I got to go with a 1 in comparison to everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Austin?
There's something about a character that can have a little bit of crazy that can drive two friends to virtually despise one another. So I know I gave Lisbeth a 1. I'm gonna have to give Sean Parker a 2.
You are aware that's what Derek does every single week between Greg and I on 2 Beers Deep.
I don't necessarily think he move on.
Finally,
Nice.
the last.
Wait. What
what?
do you rate him?
Sean Parker?
Yeah.
He said a 1.
No, I started off. I said
He
2,
never-
I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And the final of the characters that we're gonna rate, and then we're gonna do better or worse than. So don't go anywhere. Tyler fucking Durden.
Is he even a real fucking person?
Great question.
He's
Doesn't
not though,
matter.
right?
He's part of a real person.
I think he I think he is the real person and he makes up the narrator. There's a reason Tyler Durden has a name and the narrator's called the narrator.
I think the fact that you even asked that question means this should be a 5 all around.
That's
automatically.
right.
Well, no, because that's
Is
what
this
I'm
guy
saying.
even
Like,
real?
is Tyler Durden more crazy than Ed Norton, or is Ed Norton more crazy?
Ed Norton's the fictitious person.
I thought Brad Pitt was the fictitious person.
I don't think so.
Why would you make up some like pussy that's your like fictitious like character?
No, so Brad Pitt's character, like Edward Norton, is the real person, and Brad Pitt's a
Then
figment
why
of his
is he
imagination.
called
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
narrator?
Because Tyler Durden is a figment of his imagination.
He
He acts the part of Tyler Durden, even though he's imagining Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden. So like that's why there's the scenes where he's like beating himself up at the end, or he's running Fight Club. Like Brad Pitt's character is not real, but everything he does is real, and it's Edward Norton doing it. He's just visualizing Tyler Durden doing it, even though it's him the whole time.
I go back to the question though.
Because he has such a low value of himself that he creates Tyler Durden. So like he doesn't even his name's irrelevant because he is nobody without Tyler
Dude,
Durden.
I
They're
love
both
Fight
the
Club.
same character, the same person.
Fight Club used to be one of those.
different.
What?
Same, but different.
Sure. Fight Club was one of those movies I used to watch every year because it was so good, and I don't know why I ever got away from it. It's so fucking good.
You don't know where I've been, Lou, is one of the best lines ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My single serving friend.
So Tyler Durden is a 5 out of 5.
Fiver.
I could rate him higher. I would.
Yeah.
Is what's her face more? She's pretty fucking crazy in this shit too.
Oh,
Bonham Carter.
Mara.
She's a crazy bitch in this movie.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
pretty
we like
awesome.
it.
And we do like spooky.
Not that spooky.
We like a little.
gotta
We're
draw
like
the
a
line
little
somewhere.
crazy and
We like-
spooky.
We gotta draw the line somewhere.
Pretty hard to beat Ellen Bone Carter.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. No,
This
Amy
is
Dunn.
another-
Amy Dunn's way crazier than.
This is another example though of Austin's fucking thing with the women in Fincher movies.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Okay.
And that's what fucking Carrie Underwood. Carrie
Carrie?
Underwood. You know Carrie Underwood in House of Cards. She takes a
You know Robin
Louisville
Williams?
Slugger to both headlights. Of Frank Underwood's car. But that's what Robin does in House of Cards. It's the same thing.
Not to shit on this narrative,
Yeah.
but these are all characters from books. It's not like Fincher's characters.
True.
Sorry.
Very true.
I'm sorry. I'm
Right,
sorry,
common
Austin.
theme though in his movies.
I'm sorry.
Zodiac.
He loves spooky bitches too. That's why.
Well, good for him. Is 7 a book?
The Bible. The Bible.
The good
If you
book.
cross the Bible with an overactive
Oh,
imagination, you get
motherfucker.
7.
It's the good book.
All right.
Some say the best.
Let's go. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's do better or worse than this graphic page is all fucked up. So here's how we're going to do it today. I want you, because I think it's difficult to rank them like better or worse than. So all I want you guys to do today is give it 1 through 5. And did you like it? Okay, so you can give the movie a 4 or a 5, but maybe it wasn't your cup of tea. And these are all the Fincher projects. We're going to start with Gone Girl.
4.5.
4.5.
4. I did like it. Yeah,
Okay.
It's pretty strong.
Did you like it?
I did. I loved
Okay,
it.
you loved it.
Sorry.
Austin,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a strong 4.5 on this one.
this one's a 5 out of 5 for me, boys.
Let's go.
This is there's just too much that fucking tangles me in and like fucking gets me twisted up, and yeah. That's President Underwood. You're absolutely right, Jason. So yeah, 5 out of 5, loved it. This is now on my 100 movies list.
Let's go.
Yeah. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Also a 4, and I did enjoy it. Yeah.
It might be a 5 for me.
Okay.
I love this one too.
Os.
Yeah, I'm gonna go above. I'm gonna say this one's a 5. I was more intrigued with the actors and how they played. With
Sure.
This one.
This one's a 4 for me. I thought it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know how many more times I'm going to watch this. I'll definitely watch Gone Girl again. So 4 for sure. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Fight Club.
5.
I mean,
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a 5.
that's just fuck. I love that movie. House of Cards. And if you would like to leave the final season off of your your scope, feel free to do that. I will be.
I didn't watch the final season, and honestly, the show had been declining for a couple seasons.
I would agree.
I would say 2 is probably the best. Maybe 3. Probably 2 though. Like at the peak of it,
Yeah.
it was 4.5.
Yeah, the second he's not the whip anymore, it kind of gets weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's at its peak. It was a 4.5 with a slow decline after that.
Yeah, I never finished it, but I
I
don't
didn't
even mean
either.
the Robin Wright. Like I just didn't finish like
Yeah.
the Kevin Spacey tenure of it either. But I really enjoyed what I saw. But the show itself was like, but you know, I came for the Spacey. I stayed for the politics. You know.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
clip that.
You are full of it tonight.
Hey,
I
don't want it to end. I'm having a great time.
There you go. Us.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I did finish everything up until the final season. I didn't watch the final season, but I would say 3.5 for me.
Yeah, this is a 3 for me. The first 3 seasons are fucking brilliant, and then it falls off hill there quickly.
Fair.
And I think I was excited about Robin Wright's character moving to the forefront, but then like it just got real fucking weird. It got too weird.
I mean, we were living in House of Cards.
Yeah, I think
Like I don't want to watch that shit when
that
it's
was
like,
really something prolific that my coworker said. He was like, House of Cards this new season cannot outdo what is currently happening in the political climate.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't write more bizarre, and that killed it. So, Mindhunter. Austin, let's start with you. Come on, bud.
4.5.
Really?
Yep.
What'd you say?
4.5.
Oh, okay. You were rolling your eyes and your body language said it was going to be a low score, and I
No,
was
no,
like
I
really
was-
concerned.
No, I was fighting a battle in my mind of whether to give it like a 4 or 4.5. But
That's
I'm gonna give it
understandable.
4.5.
Yeah, this one's a 4 for me. This is shot in fucking Pittsburgh. All the characters are fucking awesome. The portrayal of the actual serial killers is so fucking spot on. But it's not Gone Girl, it's not Fight Club, so it's a 4 for me.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know this old guy that was an extra in it though.
Yeah?
Yeah, he fucking sucks. So
Oh, well. Austin, wasn't some of this shot in Vandergrift? Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. Panic Room. Am I the only one that saw Panic Room?
I did not see
No,
Panic
I
Room.
saw it.
this is a Fincher movie.
It's a Fincher movie
I've not seen
with
it.
Jodie fucking Foster.
Yep.
Austin, what did you give it?
4? I think that's appropriate. 4.
I don't think that's wild. It's a 3 for me. The whole premise is that there's a safe room and there's somebody in the house. She locks herself in the safe room. That person's trying to get into the safe room. Eventually they do, and then she tries to escape the house. There's only like 2 or 3 actors in it. I think there's a kid in it. And like it's, heart-stopping thriller thing, but I don't know that it is as deep as Dragon Tattoo or Gone Girl or Fight Club or anything like that. It's just like a fun thriller movie. Worth a watch though.
I like that premise a lot.
Well, and Jodie Foster's Jodie
Oh,
fucking
she's great,
Foster,
yeah.
so yeah, worth it. Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
I really liked this movie.
I loved this movie.
I really did, and I would, if we were doing overrated, underrated, I would say underrated for sure.
I
don't
agree.
think I've seen it since it came out to give it a fair rating, but I did really, really enjoy it. So probably a 4, I'll say.
I haven't seen it since it came out, but I remember really liking it, and I'm pretty sure it's like a solid movie.
Yeah.
But I'll say a 3, just because I've watched Gone Girl a couple times. I've watched Dragon Tattoo a couple times.
Hello.
Shit, we're getting swatted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, 3.
Brad Pitt is a bitch, but this movie is great. Steph. Austin,
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
This one's a 4 for me. The plot or the premise is fucking awesome. I think it's really cool, and like it makes you think about life in a completely different way. I really, really love it. Zodiac.
4.5.
Oh, close for a 5.
I can't give. I really want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zodiac. It's tough not to, but I'm saying 4.5.
Yeah.
I'm saving the 5.
I'm not sure that I've seen it
For
in its
what?
entirety or at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I don't know.
Downey Jr., Gyllenhaal.
Don't say his name. Don't say his fucking name.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That fucking
I
bum.
forgot that you hate Mark Ruffalo.
Said
Austin.
his fucking name. You just okay. I see. I'll see you at
Austin?
home.
Yeah.
This is 5, boys. This was great. This
Same.
whole premise and film was amazing.
Same. And as my first official, I'm going to watch a Fincher movie, other than the terrible one that we're going to end with.
I love
Yeah.
the poster for Zodiac.
So
I
good.
really do.
It,
I really fucking love
stare
that
at it for a
poster.
long time.
Yeah, it just captures it so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
7. I've not seen it. So Austin, what do you think?
Well, this is the one that we said that you should see. It's great in all of its entirety. I love the whole with the end scene. I could go on for days. It's so great. It's a 5. Like it's great.
5. Iconic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I know that we try not to hype things up for you, Josh,
I
but
know.
it's
Right.
a 5.
It's a 5.
It's a
Okay.
5.
It's
Um,
up 7. Heyo.
I think. Wow. I think I would assume that I would have went in with that hype because of how much it's been memed. Generally, bad things aren't memed unless they're real bad, which then makes them good again. Austin or Zach, Steph wants to know why you hate Mark Ruffalo. Quickly.
I don't have to explain myself.
Great. And then the final
I just
one.
don't like him. I just don't like him. That's
Final
all.
one for me is a 1.
Yeah.
This movie's trash. Fincher's a fraud. He makes lens flares that aren't actually there. Actually, I bet there's a bunch of that shit in that movie too, because they're always like running around campus, and he wants to make lens flares out of fucking everything.
You need to rewatch this, having seen his other movies and appreciating him now as a filmmaker, and you will see so much of the similarities between this and his other movies, and be like, "Damn, this is a really good movie." I'm telling you, man.
You couldn't pay me to rewatch this movie.
I wouldn't pay you, but I have it if you can borrow it for free.
It's a good tagline.
Right?
I like that tagline. What's going on in the comments about Nicolas Cage, though?
Steph hates Nicolas Cage.
Oh, gee. She can fill in for me on an episode.
Oh
I
wow.
won't sit in the same room
I
as this
think
woman.
I feel like Justin and I aren't going to be on that episode. We're just going to let you get at it.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Austin, what do you got?
4.5. I don't understand your hatred for this film. It's great. We finally get to see how a robotic successful genius turned into one of the most hated individuals in the world. 4.5.
Austin, so your only 5 was Fight Club?
No. I
Was-
gave a 5 to Fight Club, Zodiac, and 7.
Did he?
Why
I thought
would-
he
why
was
would
giving
he-
Can't
4.5.
imagine he would be
All right.
lying.
All right. I don't know, man.
This
The
doesn't
dude left
seem that
fucking
serious.
Wendy's off of a list
Yeah.
of fucking fast food joints.
Wendy's
So
sucks nowadays.
Whoa,
I
wait,
agree with
hold
that.
st-
Yeah.
Out of
Wendy's 10
wait,
years
Wendy's
ago.
didn't make a list of how many?
10
10.
fast food joints.
He forgot.
I can't even name 10 fast food joints and not include how do what?
Starbucks was on it.
Oh yeah, that I didn't understand.
Oh, let me catch you in the streets, you motherfucker.
No, Wendy's does suck nowadays.
Oh man.
They were good in college and they're terrible now.
Like an open face roast beef sandwich. I would kill somebody for a junior bacon cheese right now.
All right. Perfect. All right. So that wraps up Fincher week. Next week, what we're gonna do is a little different. Is we are going to come to the show with some projects that are coming out this year that we're really excited about. We're going to talk about some trailers. We're going to talk a lot about the new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie. Austin has a ranking for us of Godzilla villains that need to be put into that universe, that cinema universe, which is really, really cool. And yeah, we're just gonna fucking talk about some shit that's coming out and stuff we're excited about. And then the week after that, Legally Blonde.
That's happening.
Zach, Justin, that's on you two.
Oh boy.
And Austin. You're all blondes, aren't you? We have the most blondes per capita on Thoughts from the Bench, and we can't fucking get the viewership. That's on all of you that finished watching. You got to tell your friends. You got to go check out the 3 blondes on Thoughts from the Movies.
Legally Blonde, yeah, that'll be a bomb. That'll be a boomer for sure.
That'll be great.
That's the coming out party.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. You think Fincher could afford to rent some anamorphic lenses? Yeah. No, he's just a fucking fraud. This has been Thoughts from the Movies. We'll see you guys next week for trailers and things to watch in 2021. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 for 2 Beers Deep. Thanks,
See you guys.
everybody.